Now listening to The Joint Committee.
We can open up with it.
Oh, I'm just gonna have to listen because I don't, like I said before, I really honestly don't know.
Well,
anything.
you already established that he's connected to like everything like that because Jay and Silent Bob were like heavy on the comic books.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
So you guys ready?
Yeah, supposedly Doctor Strange, obviously he sent one of whatever stone it was, I can't remember. Just some other whatchamacallit that's, from another universe, and he told them when to send it back to him at a precise time in the future or whatever. He knew what was happening, so I think it's going to be Tony. Either Tony or Iron Man. Whatever.
Tony is Iron Man. You mean
but-
Captain America?
Well, I say Tony or Iron Man because it may not be him in his suit when he
what about-
dies. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Captain Planet.
They're weird like that.
Wind,
Fire.
I don't know.
I know Iron Man. I know Tony Stark is Iron Man. I'm just saying.
No, but that's
Mike
supposedly
Stone.
supposed to be either Iron Man or Captain America. One of the two supposed to die.
But who's
No, they
Captain
didn't make
Planet?
Captain America.
But who's Captain Planet?
He's
He's
our
the blue
hero. Gonna bring pollution down to zero.
Heart.
Oh no.
Oh. With the
Wind.
Oh man. You guys,
Water.
that is just.
I'm bugging out.
Some funny shit.
All right.
Look at that doo-doo.
I know.
What's going on?
Well, yeah, I know.
My cat did a doo-doo on the stairs.
Yeah.
What up, boys?
Don't step in it. What up? What up? We're back.
Welcome to the Joint Committee Sessions.
We're here.
We
I
back
am
from vacation.
Lupino, East Coast Sedan, Mr. Bond, 420, 00. I'm fucking
Welcome.
really stoned.
Already.
We already. Well, no, already because we like spoke off.
Yeah,
off
we were in
air
the-
for a little bit.
We were in the
like,
green room
catching
prepping
up.
for this amazing show.
Prepping, he means smoking like 3 joints and some type of blunt made out of lettuce. Or
Yeah, we had a
something.
lettuce blunt.
lettuce.
I was pretty impressed. Tell
Shout
the
out.
truth.
Green Mamba. Western Green Mamba. Paul Pierce. Green lettuce wrapped weed. Legit devil's lettuce weed.
Yeah.
If you're not listening, legit lettuce wrapped weed. It's fucking lettuce.
Straight
It's
up
legit
lettuce.
a lettuce piece
Yeah.
of lettuce.
Not bad.
Leaf
Got-
of lettuce.
Nice R&D project right there. We'll work on that.
Now, what else? I've smoked out of corn husk before.
Yeah.
What else is there? I know there's, very controversial Bible paper, and there's what else is there?
Rice. There's
Rice
paper.
rice
Yep.
paper.
Fucking, bamboo. Fucking,
Yup, bamboo paper.
Right.
Right,
Sure,
isn't-
there's fucking all kind of other non-organic shit that people make. But
How about different fruits that you've smoked out of?
pretty much all of
Strawberry.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You smoked
except
out a
for, like,
banana?
the-
You ever do the combo?
No,
You
I'm
smoked out
saying,
a
like,
banana
the
before,
orange, the
don't worry.
watermelons,
Yeah, yeah.
the fucking apples, all the round ones that were easy to poke fucking 2 holes in it.
No, but you know what you do? You get it. You can use a.
I smoked out of a Cheeto. The Cheeto curl.
Ah.
Actually,
okay,
with
okay,
with master.
Artificial. You
with
went a little
master-
artificial.
If you get a banana, right?
If you get.
No, listen. If you get a banana, you slice one like top end off so it's it's top flat.
Yeah.
And you get a strawberry.
So it looks like a dick. You get 2 strawberries.
No, you put a strawberry in. You like core out a strawberry.
Yeah.
So that's basically
Yeah.
like your bowl that you put the weed in.
Oh,
Yeah,
and then
you
poke
do that
a
with the
hole and put it
strawberry.
And then
on
you
top.
and then you use like a pen and you
Yeah,
make a
get-
little
yeah.
channel and whatever. You make a bowl out of
That'd
it.
be
As goofy as it looks.
A strawberry
Yo,
banana bowl.
it's fucking tasty.
I bet. I don't
Very
doubt it.
tasty.
Because you get
And
all
you-
them terps from it.
And you can do the same thing with an apple too. You just get the strawberry,
Yeah.
Now,
or a
is it-
kiwi. You ever do a kiwi? Obviously,
Yes.
no one
So
has
it's
kiwi.
basically
Yeah,
like a
good shit.
small ball pack. So it end up being about like kind of like a one hitter.
little
You don't
pears.
keep packing
No, you
that
can
shit,
you
right?
can If you get a big strawberry,
crab
you could
apples.
put,
We used
it's
to
like a
smoke out
bomb.
of crab apples all the
You
fucking
know?
time because they were everywhere in the like around. On
Yeah,
the
we're in
ground.
the north, New
Right.
England shore, shit like that. So yeah,
And so-
we get that.
Look, you
I
see all
really
that?
get some silly
We get those
things,
legs.
You see that bong right there?
Yeah.
That bong.
You see
Yes, that big one.
Well, can you see the bowl on it?
Yeah.
No.
Imagine that as a strawberry. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So you just
Yeah.
core it out like that.
Okay, I get you.
The top.
Yeah.
And then poke the hole through.
Yep.
Just a little one, but enough to get some good.
That's some good
pull.
That's some good campfire smoking, kids.
I think about like, of course, like the most harshest is the old skater way with the aluminum foil.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
why
that's
I
the
never. That's
worst.
why I started smoking on all kind of fruit.
Or
Because
the
I
soda
would.
can.
I never
Soda
wanted to
cans,
smoke
yeah.
out of a
The
can.
can,
I
too,
hated
they
it.
like
I
that.
fucking despised it.
It was, yes, but you know,
it made me fucking so like bleh, inside. I
And
don't
all-
know
and
why.
rite of
all-
passage.
That and also
Yeah.
all the
Rite of
old
passage.
all the old timers, like your uncle or something, that busts out that fucking metal pipe that you screw together in
Yeah.
14
I'd
different
rather
pieces.
smoke through those.
Yeah, but they always tasted like fucking ass.
Well, because the old guys used to put a piece of bud in there and let it get all resined up for
Now-
later and
now,
forget
so-
about it. And then it was just a big ball of resin in there, and they'd smoke the resin out of
Yeah.
it, and then put
Yeah.
it back together and fucking smoke out of the other side. I know. Yeah. I didn't really like those either, but I did. I liked fruits, all kind of fruits. I used to
Yeah.
smoke out of.
So
Now I'm an asshole and smoke fucking crazy blunts like a goof, but whatever. It is what it is. I don't.
I
smoke
do know one
cigarettes
thing: nothing
anymore.
will stop me.
Yeah,
That we
just-
will get consumed. I
yeah.
will find a way.
I'll
Talk about
figure-
MacGyver.
MacGyver.
So
exactly.
I
Yeah.
got one for that one, right? So I was in North Dakota, right? And I didn't know how to, go up there because they kind of consider,
You're out
you
next to
know,
the silos.
like out there, bro. So it was a little wild.
You know
'cause
that,
they
right?
consider weed like being gay type shit. It's
Wait, what?
in North Dakota, man.
Yeah.
It's really far right farmer.
Yeah,
like,
there's
very,
nothing there.
It's very religious. Is what it ends up being.
You know
So-
what else is there?
So I brought a little bit of wax, right? And I figured I was gonna get like some kind of like pen from a gas station and like just put it
Yeah.
like that.
No.
Come to find out, there is no gas station, like almost nowhere, and the ones that are definitely don't have that shit. So I was like,
don't have that.
so
shit.
I have wax with no way to dab, no way to like, I thought I was gonna like,
Oh,
Two knives, bro.
Right.
Yup, hot
so
knives.
right, so hot dab knife. I never done it before.
Two spoons, just go easy. The knives are cool because they kind of cool off quick.
And the knives are cool
don't.
because you look super crackheadish.
Yeah.
Super crack.
Get you cut open the 2-liter bottle of soda. You get the top piece, or
No, it sucks though with wax is it'll drip on you. when you-
Yeah, yeah.
Oh shit.
it's better than nothing.
Yeah, well, yeah. You better be cupping it or something.
So everything you guys just said is exactly what happened. To me. That's the. So I'm like, you guys are like basically telling the story that I was about
Yeah.
to just tell you guys.
Yeah.
You guys just said it, but like blah blah. blah so it was like, damn. And I told my boy
You've
too.
been
I was
there,
like,
bro.
I was
That's
like,
why.
damn. I look mad crackhead. So I was like, no, you know what? Fucking, I did it because I know that that it was. I was like, fuck it. I know that. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
check that
Yeah.
box.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
That's spoiled.
So,
when you're being in a city
I was
type
watching
shit, yo.
something blew my mind today. I was watching Rogan, and he had those
My
two.
son's middle name.
Joe, I'll shout out Joe Rogan. Fucking Joe Rogan Experience podcast. It's fucking pretty good.
Powerful.
Yeah, I've seen a few. The one Tyson Fury just did. I don't know if you know who that is. Tyson Fury.
Yeah, I do know Tyson Fury is.
He's the lineal heavyweight champion of the world.
No way,
Boxing
man.
heavyweight.
Yeah.
He's
Did he
not-
win? He didn't
he's-
win. He hasn't gone against the fucking dude from Europe, right? Joshua, has he?
No.
He ain't shit.
No. Listen.
And that's because I know about boxing.
No, listen. You don't know about boxing.
Yes, I
'cause
do know about boxing.
Tyson beat-
You don't know about boxing?
Tyson beat Klitschko.
So
That's
So
the real.
Joshua's-
That's the real
wait,
belt.
Tyson Wilder, the bomber,
Tyson Fury.
the bomber from
no,
like, from the
Deontay
Bronx.
Wilder.
Oh, Deontay
has
Wilder.
the WBC belt.
It's the
Tyson
WWE.
Fury has the ICB belt.
So did Joshua beat him.
Joshua got it because fucking Tyson retired. That's how Joshua got it. So
Yo.
if anybody
Has
wants
they
to,
fought yet?
Deontay wanted to fight Joshua,
I want him
but
to
Joshua
fight.
didn't want to fight. They were offering him $18 million, and he said no.
Oh, I could use 18 million right now.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So who's the
Fight
toughest?
once.
Who's the toughest? Tyson and Deontay. They're fighting December 1st. Watch it, people. It's gonna be a fucking bomb.
Because they couldn't set up that whole Joshua
Joshua
Wilder one, right?
didn't sign no papers. It took forever to even get a fucking deal going, and he's scared. He's scared of both of them. He's scared
I
of
don't know
Tyson.
why.
If you watch Tyson Fury fight,
Wilder is a garbage ass fucking boxer.
I'm not saying I like Wilder.
Come on.
He's only got one punch. You're right. He's got that one punch.
And it's not even that great.
I know, but when he lands it,
he's not even that great.
when he lands it, it's heavy. He's got 19 knockouts.
Yeah, but he's been facing like bums and shit too.
Pretty
you know what I'm
much.
saying? As they say in the
When
game,
he fights
bums,
Tyson
they're a bunch
Fury,
of bums.
when he fights Tyson Fury,
gonna see.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be
And I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
Tyson Fury's gonna kick his ass.
if you watch the fight, boxing was heavyweight anyway.
Wait, how old is Tyson Fury now?
32 or 33.
And Wilder isn't that much. Like he's about the same, right?
He's like 28, maybe. I think
Really? I thought he was a bit older.
he might be a little older.
Because he
now.
was prior. What do you call it? Like
I think that's about right. I'll look it up, but
Anyway.
either way,
shout out Stan Lee.
I know. Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. R.I.P. I know. Fucking Joshua's a big dude and whatever, and he beat Klitschko too, but just barely. Tyson Fury, he made Klitschko look like a bum.
Bum.
Just
Look at
boxing.
you. You're a bum.
He didn't even really hit him too hard at all.
You can't do it. Rocky style. You're a bum.
He slips
No.
and slides and fucking dives.
You're a
It's crazy.
straight bum. You
You're
can't
a
do
bum,
it.
buddy.
You're a bum. You get out of here, you boxer.
No, it's gonna be a good fight though. I know. I have a feeling Tyson Fury's gonna win, and I'll put money on it. But it's definitely gonna be a good fight. I think it goes 6 or 7 rounds.
Actually, this is something too that I wanted to actually pose as far as like to kind of talk about like Stanley a little bit, just rest in peace to him, rest in power, superpower. If you were a superhero, what will your superpowers be? Mine will first be able to fly.
Well,
Second one, of course, like
Wolverine.
telekinesis and shit.
Wolverine, with or without the claws. I'd take the claws, but I don't need them. I just want to be able to heal like he does.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, you saw it when you get hit in the head with the bullet, and it just went and like spit it back out. I mean, yeah, he didn't have his memory anymore, but he was still alive.
That's true. He didn't remember that piece of ass he was just smashing.
Yeah.
Now he
I'll
doesn't
take the
remember.
claws too. The claws, man, a maniac.
Yeah, no,
sure.
but that's what killed him at the end.
Well, right, but
Well,
the anime
slowly,
bullet.
but yeah. What about you? What would you? Bang, bang, bang.
I wish my buddy with Jackson was here because he's fucking.
Gotta take that invisibility shit, right?
Ooh. Yeah.
Then
Well, all right. So there's a weird kind of thing with the whole invisibility thing, right? Does it include your clothes? Because if not, you got to get naked.
Well, yeah, you're like fucking what's your face.
So what's
You
wrong?
gotta-
But if you're invisible,
So which one would you want? Would you want invisible clothing, or you want to be invisible because you might have to walk around naked?
Like we wouldn't be able to see your hands and your. Well, yeah, we would see your feet
Yeah.
because your socks are on, or your head. We wouldn't be able
Right.
to see, like your face.
but you don't want to live invisible.
You just put on some boxers just to be
No,
proper.
when it's time.
But like, I know you can't see it, but I just want to be proper.
You'd just be a floating boxer, pair of boxers.
Yo, that's awesome though.
When it's time to get that money,
Get that money. Yeah.
the money can float
That,
away.
oh man, invisible. Imagine if you can end up being invisible. That'd be.
You
Like,
can pull some shit off.
this way you could end up like just walking around and seeing and shit. You know.
I don't know. That'd be tough because if I had to say it, it's kind of mean, I guess. But besides Wolverine, I would have to say the next one would be, what was her name? Fuck, the
Rogue?
Rogue.
Yes, I knew it. I was like, Rogue for sure. She
Like,
can take anybody's power.
Yeah, she can take anybody's power and use it.
I'm at a disadvantage at this game because I don't know any fucking superheroes.
No, but we just we're
I don't
pointing out there
follow that
like
shit, so
definitely
I gotta
Rogue,
say
but
invisible because what else? What other super shit is there? Flying?
Magneto.
That's just
That
metal.
sounds-
I mean,
doesn't
he
sound
he
great.
does some crazy shit.
What?
He
Being
picks
able to
up
control
like
any
all
metal?
kinds of cars and fucking
Like
buildings
automatically,
and-
any metal he could just pick up and like crush and
I
like.
think at one
turn
point he
like that.
picks up a fucking world. I think.
No,
in
not a
some-
world. He ends up.
Oh
Actually
no, that was
being able-
Galactus. Sorry,
No, yeah,
My
yeah,
bad.
that was a.
because they look kind of the same when they.
Yeah,
that
but
weird
that's a
fuck.
little bit much.
Yeah.
I feel like
Did I get that drunk? Did you guys skip me?
No.
No,
You
it
get
just
Jimmy
goes
Dog?
like that, yeah. Joint Committee Sessions. Check them out. .com,
So
iTunes.
I'm getting a new tattoo that's reminding me
Is that-
of it.
Chris Biscuits, we were talking about you in one of the episodes about what the shit. We haven't seen you in a while, man. Like we needed some Krispies. Am I right?
Yeah.
The Crispinator?
Panda's on the DL.
Panda.
Panda.
Holy shit. But yeah, shout out to Stan Lee and all your awesomeness. I don't, true believers. If you guys are out there,
Did you see the article where some Australian newspaper put Spike Lee's picture?
Oh, Jesus.
what do you mean?
It said Stan Lee dead at 95. They put Spike Lee.
No, they didn't.
I swear to God.
No, my God.
Well,
I gotta see it.
You gotta expect something like that to happen.
No flipping way. Yo. By far. Holy shit.
Oh, can I get
I believe it, though.
Mamba box.
No.
Cause I seen a KFC with like a Hitler like image on his shit in like some African country. This shit was crazy. For sure.
But yeah, fucking as far as cannabis stuff, shit's pretty crazy out there, man.
For sure. Yo,
All kind of
shout
crazy.
out to Michigan being the 10th state to legalize.
Oh, did they?
Yes,
I
they
didn't even know.
did.
I heard
They
something,
just
but I
passed,
didn't know if
election,
it was-
good for them and shit like that. And there's a lot of governors out there too that are pushing more for their own, for obviously economic reasons. They're talking about the taxes and stuff like that. Hopefully, they really pay attention
Yeah,
to
wasn't he
small
the
to medium sized
wasn't he the
businesses.
governor that was on Jimmy Kimmel
What governor?
that was trying he tried the edibles?
No, that was a
Senator?
Yeah, a state senator type shit. He was
Whatever.
like, yeah, I tried it. This shit was dope. It was cool. But not just that, but the hemp ones. Mitch McConnell is actually pushing within his farm bill because they're trying to replace, like right now with the tariffs that's actually happening with soybeans between, President Trump and China, and the fact that tobacco is at a decrease of demand.
Whoa.
Oh, shit, sorry.
I'm just doing picture shit.
Oh man, all right, sorry. It's like because people are smoking less cigarettes now than they used to back then, so there's less demand for that. So American farmers are looking for new, basically cash crop. They don't give a shit what it is. Obviously, they just want something to grow.
Yeah.
So their Republican Senate Majority Leader is pushing the farm bill to have hemp with very light regulation. Specifically highlighted that shit. That I'm like, that'll be pretty dope because that also means CBD research too as well. Which as far as on the medical end, that's great news.
Oh, yeah.
But
I mean,
it's
there's a lot of shit coming that people don't really see.
That's
it
what she
yet.
said.
Yeah. A lot of people don't see it yet, but
just move it closer if you want.
It's getting crazy out there, people.
Yes. Yes, it is. And we're on top of it, letting you guys know the truth. The truth.
Vote for the joint committee sessions for the top cannabis podcast
Ever.
on that ballot.
No. We are the #1 East Coast cannabis podcast. 100%. Check it out.
Numbers verified on some website.
Yeah, they're verified by a third-party source.
100% independent. We have nothing to do with them. We don't know who the fuck they are, but they said we're #1, and we believe them.
That's right.
And we believe them. That's why it's the truth.
There is no
'Cause
number
we
two,
believe
bitch.
them. True believer.
Yeah, they didn't even list a #2.
There is no #2. It just said you guys are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Oh, so what I want to say about that Rogan thing before I forget, because we're fucking
Yeah, that'll happen.
Stone. Yeah, it'll happen probably 2 more times. But. So, the Tyson Fury thing, he had a great interview. I suggest everybody go listen to it because it talks about a
After
bunch
they
of
listen to
stuff.
ours,
Yeah, after you listen to ours.
because you're already doing it now.
Or bounce in between, because that's what I do. I bounce in between, like when
Finish
I
them
just,
out?
yeah, I just feel like a little bit something different. I pause, jump on
That's
something.
weird.
else.
I gotta finish them all the way through.
Yeah.
I can't like.
But
stop
then
and come back.
there's
It
a
drives me
new
nuts
dude
not to,
coming
like-
into the UFC, Ben Askren. There was actually a trade
Aspirin?
between Askren.
Askren.
Yeah, ASKREN or IN or whatever. But
They don't last too long.
it was the first trade for UFC and that MMA ever between two companies. It was a trade between two someone from UFC went to Bellator, I
It's just
think.
on the money. If the money's right, anything's possible.
No, I know, but this kid's good. He's
How good is he?
He's
Not that
definitely
good.
no, he's
They
undefeated.
got
He's
those
undefeated.
fight. You know those
He's
fight numbers
undefeated.
compared to boxing. It's not.
What?
What?
Who do you know who has the most numbers ever?
What?
In if you're talking compared to boxing or UFC?
You don't think that? You don't think that'll even out?
Hopefully, once Tyson Fury beats Deontay Wilder and Joshua really wants to fight after that, then it might get that big, because that'll be a huge fight.
That's ridiculous.
But this kid Ben Askren is definitely he's undefeated. He's gonna be somebody to fuck with, and because I guess the UFC's doing all new divisions soon. It'll come, not yet. They haven't announced it or anything, but they're supposed to do 150, 155, 160, 165, 170, 175.
Yeah.
Only because all the fighters are talking about their actual nutrition when they have to cut weight and stuff.
That's a big problem too when it comes to that shit.
Because cutting weight.
Well, that's the thing though.
Fucking
That ends up
good
being
for
for
you.
any athlete, right? That meeting that lean meat type of thing like that. I just started really working out. I stopped eating bread because I really want to just you just get rid a lot of bullshit. I'd be surprised how much bread I actually eat, and to think about what they actually have to go through.
A lot of sugar in bread.
You know,
And you can't.
to
You can
keep
turn
weight
protein
or to
into
just
carbs, but
minimize
you
or
can't turn
cut.
carbs into
It's
protein.
it's dangerous for them, and doctors say that it's dangerous for them. They tell you that it's dangerous to do so,
Yeah.
except that's the only way to do it, and that's what you got to do.
And when they're running with those suits, they know how
I feel like
much-
there should be a little play or something.
That's
like
why
that,
they're
you know?
doing it, because the fighters, it's not good for the fighters,
It's not
and
good,
plus you'll
nah.
be able to
That's why
have
they don't last that
you'll be
long.
able to have more fights
Yeah.
that are more interesting, because guys can
Well,
jump
no,
from 160 to 165 or
MMA have
175.
much looser than boxing. Boxing has as far as the weight, it has to be they're looking at to the quarter ounce of
No, so is the UFC.
but they were
you can't
they were a
be-
bigger
there's-
rate. They're not now they're starting to do it so they can end up getting more actual classes. That's what so they can end up actually expanding their thing, just like boxing is. Before there were just a few classes. Now there's expanding just like
Well,
boxing.
yeah, heavyweight is crazy though,
That's
because
the fitness.
heavyweight.
That's the fitness.
And then there was another one on, so this guy that was swimming around the fucking, for all around Scotland and Britain and all that shit. That
He was
dude,
swimming?
the guy, the Red Bull dude that was swimming, he swam the fucking shit. He would stop, every fucking whatever couple of days or some stupid shit. The guy was a monster. But he said he was swimming at the top of Scotland somewhere, and he was a little bit offshore, and all of a sudden, it's deep where he's swimming. This pilot, minke whale, comes up and fucking starts swimming with him, and breaching and swimming in circles with him, and so he said he's telling Joe, Rogan, I looked to my buddy on the boat, and he says, what do I do? Is this all right? And the guy's like, yeah, you're good. And he's like, so now I'm swimming with this thing, and it's coming underneath me, and it's not harming me or anything. It's just
freaking me the
just
fuck
swimming
out.
around, and
yeah.
he looks back over, and he's like, I think it's a female, and I'm not sure if it's mating season right now for these things. So now so Rogan goes, she wants to fuck. She wanted to fuck you. And he's like, even if it wasn't mating season, she was keeping an eye on you just to keep on, to keep you there.
I think
But then the captain goes, nah. He goes, what I think's happening is that we're getting closer to shore right now because wherever they were, she must have thought that it was an injured seal. He was an injured seal, and she was trying to keep him safe till he got closer to shore, where she couldn't really go. I mean, she got pretty close. The dude said, and he said it was fucking the most surreal, crazy moment. There was a few of them because it would be like dolphins and stuff. Because this dude swam all around that whole shit.
That's it. That's the only way to swim with something. Not into like penned in or
Hey, and he said he went through some shit. He got like sea sores from him swimming and the rubbing and stuff and the salt, and he'd get jellyfish and and then then you got like 6 miles to ponder what else is around me. Then some crazy shark, he said, came up. The ones that have the huge mouths. It's not a whale shark. It's the next one that. It's not like mean basking shark. One of them came up and fucking opened its mouth right on that. They tried to get pictures of it, but it was too like the water's murky and dark and whatever. But
I do not like the water.
I don't either because
ocean?
especially over here lately, around here, Cape Cod.
Cold water is dangerous.
Well, yeah, that in itself, the cold water is dangerous, but
I mean, it brings predators.
yeah, it brings cool coastal waters. It brings those big fucking great whites. Well, my buddy Keith, he brought his kids down to this beach that we have in Tiverton called Sepauwett. So they're in this inlet, and his daughter, the older one, walks out like far because it's only up to your knees when it's the tide's
Low
going
tide,
out.
yeah.
It's nice. The kids can wade and whatever.
Yeah.
She goes way out, past where he wants her, and he starts calling her back, and she's like, 1 second, telling him. So all of a sudden she starts coming back, and she's dragging something in the water. She's got it behind her, and these kids are crazy because this kid Keith's he's crazy. But anyway, she walks up. She's got a fucking tail and half the other piece of half of the body of a fucking great white, a baby.
What?
Like munched. So I'm like, oh yeah, what? What took a bite out of it? This is what I'm saying. I was like, because I used to go out in the water all the time fishing and hanging out. We'd jump off the boat and all around Tiverton and Portsmouth and Newport, and then I realized as I started getting older and this started getting worse and worse, so there's a spot called Seal Island, quote unquote, right out side of Newport there, right off the Brenton Point. This dude, he does scuba diving lessons
There.
like pretty much.
It's like an attraction.
It's very close. It's too close. It's too close. In my eyes,
You're too close, man. You're
way too close to the seals, which in turn
You are
were
a
the
seal.
sharks, and now you're a seal, right? And my 2 buddies did the course over there, and they said it was the fucking scariest thing because there's a lot of that, like not bullweed, the seaweed, the bull. I forgot what the fuck it's called.
I
like-
don't dive. I don't fucking know. I was a soldier. I was
Bullweed
stuck in
or some shit.
in the,
Some
yeah.
kind of seaweed.
I was in a
that's
jungle in the
You ever
desert,
see
middle
it
desert. I was nowhere near the ocean.
Right.
Yeah,
It's just thick, and you could
A
picture
marine
a
would
shark
know.
just coming like,
Yeah.
hello, yeah. So, but yeah, I don't go in the water too much.
Nah.
I love the water. It's awesome.
I used to love it. I was a fucking goddamn.
So just all you got to think about is like this:
frog.
if the saltier the water is, the less marine life there is. So
Right.
the
I like
better
going into. I love going to the Caribbean, going to the water.
I do too. You go to
But-
Puerto Rico, go to like Culebra, yo.
Well, like
it's
we're
white
talking
sand,
about
it's
Cape
fire.
Cod. We're talking about.
Oh no, right here be like my used to be like, oh, you guys want to go to the beach? I'm like, no, not up here.
St. Lucia had some pretty nice.
Not to
area.
be like, but
But-
that's just like. I
Even
have
still-
no fucking idea what's out in that water, and
Yeah,
I don't mean like animals.
No.
I just mean like just bacteria and
Oh yeah, yeah.
bullshit.
You swim up your pee-pee.
Yo, that you gotta
Right
just
through
like
your
yo, you
urethra.
can't go. It's just
Yeah. They're
my-
always closing local beaches for pollution.
That shit.
for like
you know
3-4 weeks at a time, and you're
Bro,
like,
so
what the fuck?
I just
Yeah,
said,
and we don't really hear anything about what it is either.
No,
We
they're just like, oh, it's closed for pollution, and people are like, oh man, I gotta go to the next beach over.
yeah,
it's
it's
like,
weird.
what are you?
It's weird. But I went to
like,
South.
It's just okay. Next beach
Yeah,
over.
I know.
I went to South Shore just 2-3 months ago when it was just about getting before it got chillier.
Yep.
When summer was ending, and we pull up to the beach and we pay, and she's like, "Oh, but you can't go in the water." She's like, the water's closed right now." And I'm like, "What? For what?" She's like, "Marine life."
Huh?
I'm like,
That's cool.
"Marine life, huh?
Hmm.
Real nice." And I spot the two boats going back and forth,
Hunting.
looking for the fucking sharks, because that's what the marine life was.
Oh,
But there's other things too.
Damn, I completely thought it was like maybe like they had a whole bunch of like seals or like that. They want everybody to keep away from them. It was like marine life.
No,
No.
sharks.
Shit, that would have been much cooler.
No sharks.
It's a,
Nah.
it's
But
a
there's a lot
softer
of-
way to say
You
shark.
can't
Yeah.
you can't hunt sharks, man. You
No, they
gotta
weren't
leave 'em-
hunting them. They were
They're
just
making
too close
sure.
to the beach.
They're
like
making
that
sure
there
they
was
don't
a bunch
come.
of people at.
Yeah, I hear you. Just
And
they
someone
keep the
spotted
fuckers
one,
off of
and
that shit. But
They
yeah.
they were out there
You ever see
looking
those
for 'em.
heli- gotta
helicopter
leave
or
them
plane
things
shots
alone,
of
man.
like
Yeah, a few of them. Chilling.
13 footers? Like,
Yeah, just chilling.
Right to the
Dude, you're like,
passenger
holy
door.
shit.
He's right there, right next to where I would be.
Yeah,
That's where.
I was there
no.
yesterday.
No.
Right there.
fuck that shit.
No.
Cause I like to
No.
swim out there.
The thing that I'm really
one of those
sca-
that I like to
I'm
swim
scared
out
of the
there a little
sharks
bit.
and shit, but like I would fight, and you know that. The things you can't fight off, like the box jellyfish and shit like
Oh.
that, those are the things where you
And
like,
you're in water.
right, you're out of your element.
You can't
Yeah,
fight while you're
100%.
trying to survive the entire time.
Well, shark you could. You poke the eyes.
Right.
You get bit, whatever. But I'm gonna gouge an
You
eye.
know what? That's
or
what something Elon Musk create something, some kind of like that, so we can kind of act semi-normal, like quick underwater.
Elon Musk.
Boom. That's something. All this outer space bullshit. Can't
So,
even fucking make a suit to act normal underwater.
Ready for this? This just
You
popped.
suck.
This just popped through my head because I saw it earlier on Instagram. I was flowing through something.
That's true. You know I'm right.
And someone had a map of these future high speed railways that are gonna go through California, like the whole.
yeah,
like
yeah.
the whole-
I
right.
read the whole thing, and they got to start a company. So he also then started a company.
No, no, no,
called
no, no.
Boring to like
Look
bore
at-
the whole.
Look at the map. Look at the
Fucking
map. Of all these fires.
Boring company. Oh, is that interconnected?
Take
What
the map of all
fuse?
these fires and where they've burned,
Yes.
and put it over where all the future
Oh shit!
is fucked, dog.
So
It's with a capital FU.
this is what you could end up be calling imminent domain.
It's crazy. I mean, I would hate. I would hate to fucking believe it.
Wow. Well, hey,
All right,
it said it was a campfire.
bro.
No, they
if
just
you,
called it the.
you
camp.
look
I know.
at if you look at
I
an
know,
aerial
but-
shot, it's like it's not like this one fire like split. It's like, dude, these are like 7 fires, like
Oh yeah.
not
Yeah.
even.
And they converge.
they're not even.
Yeah,
but they're not
yeah,
even
yeah.
touching. Like,
No, but they end up.
yeah, eventually.
I
but
know.
how do they all start? All those different starting points. It's not like it was one that split into 7.
Well,
it's like
no,
they're
it
fucking
just-
all over the
No,
place.
Yeah,
it's
it's just-
coincidences.
all at the same time.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fucking bizarre.
Bizarre is right.
Bizarre.
Especially all the recent ones, because like you were there.
Oh.
I was there
Well,
twice already.
It's already.
When it's
That's the thing,
happened.
though. It's already fragile, right? It really is already fragile, especially because of the beetles actually like chewing all the fuck out of the trees. There is infestation that ended up being an invasive species that didn't belong,
Bro,
had nothing else to check it. right?
It takes 2 minutes of being there to realize you're in a tinderbox.
Yeah.
Every single where you look
Yeah, yeah.
is hay.
Yeah, if you're not aware of where you are and your surroundings out there, because I watched it come down the mountain at us, so I have no quarrels of what it can do and what it can't do and how it jumps streets. I just
Dude, it
watched
jumped
it.
to 405.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking 15 lanes it jumped.
Yeah. Oh, the wind fucking 50, 60 mile an hour just
Yeah,
pushes the,
the
fire
wind.
through and catches. I was
You
watching
need the
some recent
trees,
ones
too,
where
so the
people
le-
were trying to get out.
So the less
and-
trees you have because of these fires, the better the wind's actually going to be able to move to there. So these are just only going to get more fierce. So this is going to be able to cover more ground.
I've watched a bunch of stuff, and person that is either a firefighter, a chief, somebody who's been in that field for a long fucking time, who has a fucking head on their shoulders with a brain in it that's not half the size of a fucking pecan. These guys all have said in the past 8 to 10 years has been no burnbacks or
P-burns? Controlled burns?
controlled burns.
I believe it.
So now you've had these brush and bushes and smaller trees that have grown into medium-sized trees that are everywhere in them mountains. Yeah, there's a couple open spots here and there, but those open spots are dry too. And if those big trees are on fire, it jumps. It engulfs everything. And then when there's a house in the way, but it's just crazy. Like you know, what you said. How the fuck them? That one started there. That one started there, and that one started there, and then
overnight,
like instantly. And now there's winds. Oh, the Santa Ana winds are kicking up. Yeah. Did you notice the past fucking 2-3 weeks before that? There was no winds. It wasn't windy. How are they doing this? Like, I don't understand. Like I said, I would hate to believe it. I don't like it. But being there and seeing it makes me believe that something is fucking going on. Because you see some fires, the cars are burnt.
I mean,
you know what I mean? But then you see some fires where the car is fucking melted to the road, and there's puddles where the wheels were.
Yeah.
Everybody said, and even Rogan said, he's like, yeah, well, the tires, dog. No.
Mm-mm.
I've seen fucking rims stay on with the no tires, just the tires burn off, and the car's fine.
You don't even have to be an expert. You just have to be,
well, not fine, but
somewhat cognizant of.
Not the way it
just. You've seen fires in your life.
Yeah. Not like that.
And it would be normal to see a melted fucking metal car in a driveway next to a fire. Like, it wouldn't stand out so much as it's all, like, that's a new thing, seeing melted fucking metal in these fires. Like, that's not something that we've always seen.
Well,
you don't see that in war.
Right.
You don't see that in
the
fucking...
thing is here's the biggest thing is not only those houses, a lot of those houses out there have terracotta roofs. I've said this already. The only way to destroy those things and make fire, even if they're made in a fire, they're made in a kiln. That's how they're made. It's a clay mixed. It's baked. So there are no signs of these things where the house was. It's white ash. The whole shit. Where'd those fucking terracotta roof shingles go? They should still be there. Cracked and just no. All the pictures you see, it's white ash. There's no, like, you would see a house that burnt down that had a terracotta roof. Some of the roof would still be there, and
right.
They would be laying in that way.
Well, the cars are aluminum, so that melts really.
A lot of them are just thin. Yeah, tin, but
metal and actually plastic. A lot.
It's just a lot different. Like you see,
They are safer though than the old school metal cars.
I saw.
but the axles and shit are melting.
Yeah,
and the
it's
frames.
these ones in California are different because I was watching
I know
a bunch of them.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah. The house though with the what you talking about?
Well, the only way to spark fire from those is to put them in a microwave, and they spark. So you need microwaves to get a spark off of those shingles, off of that stone of whatever, terracotta.
We've gone down this path before with that.
No, right. I know, and that's the only lot. Like, people have already done this, like the science experiments and science behind it. That's the only way to burn those. Like, get a spark, and to get those things to burn is with microwaves. So what the fuck is burning these fucking houses?
Well, where the
you know what I mean?
Right.
I don't want to say that.
Why? You just kind of said it.
I know, but as I said, I hate to believe it. I don't want to believe it, because it's fucked. If they're doing that shit, it's fucked, and we have no control ever. We're done. We're done as a civilization. We have no, that's it. Just the fact that the Patriot Act went through, and we don't have any privacy anymore. Hello.
All right.
Hi.
So,
so
this
what
is
the
why
fuck?
this is why you're probably right. Right? It could be microwaves. Maybe somebody's actually pushing out some waves and it's actually interacting. Blah 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 blah.
I think it's
Why?
the 5G cell
Because
shit.
of Caltech and JPL, and how much all those motherfuckers with scientists like that. Scientists have done more damage than any general ever.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Just with one concept, AI.
So now we're talking exactly. Now we're
That
just
one
talking about,
concept.
right.
They've done
now
more
we're just
damage.
talking about today geeks, scientists doing with the tech shit, and if they're trying to get faster Wi-Fi or maybe like ends up some new giga shit that's happening or something they're testing out, but they're not letting the public know type shit.
Well,
you know?
Elon Musk said it
And they just
on
end up
Rogan's
being pumped
podcast.
out.
He
Boom.
said the problem with us and our phones and the internet is bandwidth. We only got 2 thumbs in our hands to type. Yeah, you can talk to the Siri and whatever, it tells you whatever.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah.
If it was here,
On the eye.
no, if it was here, like AI integrated with humans, it would
Oh,
be instant.
Yeah, but
Because
he's
all
trying to
you
get-
would just think it. And it
No,
you
so
know
this
what I
is
mean?
this is what he's trying to get at,
That's
right?
the new shit that's gonna start.
This is the alternate as far as what they're talking about.
I
when,
hope not.
When it comes to AI, right?
I
That
hope
there,
not.
you only really have there's only 3 options. Either you get it before it gets you, but the likelihood and the numbers are not in our favor. They're not. The only other option as far as to survive is to become
Have you ever
a
seen Terminator?
cyborg and actually integrate part of that with us. As
Well,
far as
that's
some
what
of
he's
their
saying.
intelligence.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Is do that. It's not. A smart
So what do you
idea.
think about
Show us,
A-
Elon. Maybe
No,
we'll
no,
know.
no. He doesn't like it.
Oh,
No,
I thought
this
he
is
was
not-
promoting
He's
it.
just saying the problem with everything is.
Yeah. That's
it-
not the
like,
choice
we
you're
have our
gonna
phones
have.
on us
You
all
wanna
the time
survive,
anyway.
You're gonna have to probably have
That's
some
just
kind of.
that's human nature.
But that's what's coming.
I want to survive.
No, but that's just you
I don't
gotta.
know if we'll see it. Maybe.
I
No,
want
we
to.
won't.
Honestly,
I don't know.
I wouldn't
We might
mind
see
being a little
somebody
bit.
get on
You know,
Mars,
it'd still
bro.
be me, but I got these like
We might
You
see
know?
somebody get on Mars. I'm not even joking.
Mars bitches.
I think so.
I don't think so.
I do.
I want to go.
Dude, when I
Well,
saw
wait,
them rockets
bang.
take off and then come back and land is precisely where they wanted them to.
Yeah, usability.
I
That's
was-
what. That's
Not just
you know,
usability, but
course,
you
'cause
need that. Like that's
gotta-
what I always said is how did they land on the moon?
They didn't. Do you think?
Well-
I don't even know. I don't even know if they. It's funny. They came back down
But
to
I-
Earth, right?
Well, I'm saying came back down to the moon. I'm saying like
Dude.
no. This is when I was little.
Yeah.
That's what I said. How did they get? I had never seen. Now I've seen those I've seen those rockets go off and then land right back where they need to come, like Elon
yes.
Musk ones. So now I'm like, well, fuck. That's all you need is to be able to come.
Yeah, but isn't
like,
there a
if you can-
vacuum in space?
They say space is a vacuum.
Right. So if there is a vacuum in space, how
But
would
what
there
is
be?
the vacuum though? Is what the question is. It's not.
How could you perform a
vacuum.
propulsion through ignition if there's a vacuum? There'd be no flames.
You just need thrust.
It's
You
thrust.
you wouldn't be able to. Yeah, but how would you create the thrust?
Whatever scientific way they figured out.
It's those. It's definitely flame for sure. Some kind of burn.
It's not flame.
It's
I
a
don't think it's
burn.
flame. Is it
yeah,
a burn?
It's a burn for sure.
All right,
or
but
or
it a burn?
but burn
It can't be a
doesn't. But
burn.
flames don't work in vacuum.
I mean, I bet
That's
you.
what I'm saying.
I bet.
that's
I
what-
bet it's.
Yeah, but
that's
that-
why I'm
but-
saying they didn't go to the fucking moon.
It's some
Not
kind of no,
burn,
but
but I'm
it's
talking about there's still thrust. You can still end up
yeah,
pushing
it's
thrust
some
because they
kind
still
of
do
like
it with
think
the
of it like a fire extinguisher.
right because you know how they know.
Yeah, but you
because
need
they end up
you need the
doing same
reaction. All right,
things.
you need the reaction to burn the fuel. Do you not?
It may. Well, how do we know what it is?
All they gotta
Well, I don't. I don't. I
That's what I'm
don't. I
saying.
don't.
Well,
but
actually,
I know that motherfucker can get up there.
but all they got to do is cause a combustion, and then that ends up pushing out. It just ends up being like guiding the where the force is like that to actually use.
Okay. I still don't think we're gonna see anyone go to Mars, because they would go to. They can't go to the moon.
I understand that,
So right,
but
so
that's
so
that's NASA.
I don't. So listen, it's gonna be fucking.
Elon
so-
Musk gets his own.
I'm gonna connect these dots.
money
It's
from
like
the
crazy,
government.
right? Because he just said that we just figured out how to actually just land the fucking
Well, 'cause-
ground so we can reuse the thing, which makes sense,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
And you ask them like, damn, we just thought
Well,
about
they
that.
use
That's
the
crazy.
lunar module
So
to get on the moon, so it's supposedly still sitting up there. They just took. Oh no,
But
they
that
took
doesn't
off, but
matter.
No, that was a thing that
it
come
doesn't
off
matter
there,
if
right?
it
shoots
doesn't matter
up
if it's
there.
the second one's a throwaway. It doesn't matter because you still be able to get back. You still landed it.
Yeah, I think Elon already has put fucking rockets on Mars and landed them.
On
That's
Mars?
yeah, on Mars and landed them, and they're there. That have supplies, so when we
And
do
his
get
car. That's where his car went to.
there, probably. I fucking
he's gonna
don't
be
doubt
shooting
it,
rockets out
because
there.
he's that smart in his head where he doesn't give a fuck if he's gonna say that or
Doesn't
not.
care.
He just sent it out. Yeah, he sent it out
So
because I
that
can.
whole
Because I
thing-
can. Whoever the fuck says they can to these people,
I just have
who
hard
sent the
time
car
believing
out?
all
Oh,
that
I
shit.
did.
So he
Why? 'Cause I can.
He set the price right to his shares at fucking Tesla at 420 because he thought it was funny, and then he went on the show with Joe Rogan and smoked, and the shit fucking dropped because he smoked.
Yeah. So what?
Yo, and he was like, I don't give a shit. But he had
don't-
to kind of like step down.
he don't give
He's
a
still
fuck.
running shit, but he still got to step down as the chair or some shit like that.
No, he didn't.
Well, officially
That's-
on paper,
that's
he's still
on-
running shit.
That's on.
So he's still
That's
CEO,
talk.
but he's not chair as well. Which means, right, as you start finding out in business, like you think like a board is like a shit ton of people, ends up being like 4 dudes, like but each one have maybe possible 2 titles or shit like that. It's not like what like you see on TV. Oh, the board got together and we voted you out.
No, some
you think about
companies-
like
some companies
12
have a lot of
dudes.
people on the board.
Yeah, but that ends up being when you end up getting towards that.
Because I mean, he's probably got a lot of people on his board.
Who?
Elon Musk.
Of course. Well, no, depending on, because he has all this different stuff.
Right.
And honestly,
But that's a lot of different experts you need to run all the shit he's got going on.
all right. So this is what I thought about. I posted about this. Everybody's holy shit. Like, if there's so many fucking billionaires, right? Why not one of them as try to become Batman? You fucking losers. Am I right or am I right?
You wanna know what's funny? When you said that is Tyson Fury when I think it was either the rematch for Klitschko or the first fight when he beat him. He pulled up in a badass fucking like Aventador or whatever to the press conference, and the car was just sitting there, and all of a sudden the door opens, and fucking because he's a big dude. He's 6'9", 260 pounds. He throws his feet out, boop, boop, boop. And I'm like, what the fuck? He's got black boots on. He gets out and he's in a fucking Batman costume. He went to the press conference. He's running in. Gets to the
Jesus.
press conference, sits down right. I'm Batman, he says. To the whole fucking shit. Oh,
That's
I
funny.
fucking laughed my ass off. That's too funny. I'm Batman.
Holy shit.
Coming to fight Klitschko.
So, what else? What else, boys?
Oh man.
That's our famous sidekick right there, Robbie. Robbie the
Robbie?
robot.
Robbie the robot.
So what's new in our cannabis lives? Anyone?
Well-
Anyone? We roll this shit up.
Trying to get my fucking cannabis workers permit in Oregon.
Nice, nice. I'm gonna
Alright,
roll this
little
strawberry
coast to
cough
coast.
up.
Little coast to coast. That's what's up.
Yeah, I mean, the way things are going now, if you want to be a processor, you better fucking have your eggs in line and know what the fuck's going on, because there's so much fucking shit. You can't touch nothing if you don't have some kind of permit. You can't touch shit.
So
This is on Oregon, on the West Coast, or just in
yeah.
general everywhere. or
Oregon, California.
Mass?
now what?
I'm probably sure Mass. Yep.
Yep. Just to
Island
kind of just
coming,
be
same
one of the
thing.
workers, just like that. Yeah. I don't understand why too. I just don't like the only thing you really don't want to employ simply, as far as if it comes to any kind of records, is thieves. That's it. You know, it's not a violent type of thing. So even if somebody ends up having a violent like that, it's not like a place where people are gonna get violent. Like, you know, most of the time people like want their weed and then they want to go. That's it. So they can smoke
all the
their
time.
shit.
It's always like that.
You know, so it's like they don't want to
Bang
start no
upstairs.
shit. Nobody wants to start any shit.
A bang?
I heard a bang.
I thought I felt it in my feet.
Bang bang.
Could have been. I think it was my heat kicking on actually.
Could have been it. But
Or my dog.
Dog kicking it.
is his baby sleeping? No, he's not a baby anymore.
Yeah, he's sleeping.
Damn.
He goes to bed early, huh?
Yo, how was them tomatoes,
It's
yo?
No, not by yet, but when I got here.
Yeah, 7 o'clock. The tomatoes were amazing. Bro, over 300 tomatoes on that one plant.
Yeah, I
I
bet.
was seeing that. I was
It's
like,
crazy.
so did you win? I don't understand what.
No,
the
I didn't even.
concept-
I never even went back and turned in any tomatoes. I just didn't have time to
This
go.
was for
It was
I ate 'em all.
Plymouth County.
Plymouth County. Yeah.
I cut them all up, salt and peppered them.
Yeah, I
put 'em
gave
on
it
some
to- I'm-
sandwiches.
My neighbor probably took 100 himself.
No.
And all my family was sitting, and every time someone came over, they walked out of here with a bag full of tomatoes.
It's like, you want some tomatoes? It's like, no, you taking some tomatoes.
Well, maybe your friends want tomatoes.
Maybe you're like, all right. That's funny as shit.
Yeah, I had a shit ton, but there was some kind of crazy like yellow,
Soupy shit.
yellow.
Banana.
There's no acid. The non-acid fucking tomatoes, probably GMO of some sort. Non-acidic tomatoes.
Okay, yeah, I get you.
The yellow. Well,
Yep.
there's the red ones too, but the ones I had were yellow.
Some artisan.
You know,
tomatoes.
like little like teardrop shaped ones.
Yeah, those are the ones, the fancy ones you see at like fucking restaurants when they try to make the plates colorful.
Yeah.
Nice.
You got
They
red-
were pretty good.
You got red and yellow tomatoes.
They were literally like, if I let them go too long, they would burst. And literally, like I watched one burst.
Yeah, they
Oh
split.
shit.
Yep. It got so thin on the thing, on the skin, like I could see the fucking shit inside of it, like literally, like see it. And I just sat there and watched one and fucking.
Well, that's kind of on
started
the rise.
dripping.
It's
I was-
on the
it
rise.
was almost like I could see it growing. Almost. I was like, that's fucking trippy because I was sitting there for a while.
Must have been.
No, people
No,
call.
because they were bursting all over the place. Just literally, I went out the next day. They were all burst. They were gross because they split, like you said.
Yeah.
And they get overnight. They get rotten. Pretty
Yep.
So people are starting to actually cultivate more indoors as far as like just vegetables and shit to actually have them like during the winter time now, because it still doesn't seem, it's still not natural, but at least you can control like, you know, how they're being processed versus like a non-natural on a massive scale.
Yeah.
'Cause that's something too that we're actually fighting is like that corporate grow. We want locally grown shit like that, and you know, local grow farmers can't like, you know, do it like they can normally, you know, outdoors. So
And
even
the-
still mushrooms,
and
there's
the-
like shiitake and all that shit for like these restaurants and shit, yo.
Well, there's also been a huge leap in all of the innovation in indoor gardening. It's not as
You're
like,
welcome.
it's not as clanky and like industrial as it used to be. You could have a nice clean little
Word
grow.
of the day.
Yeah.
Word of the day. Clanky.
You know what I'm saying, right? Though
I love it.
the old
Fucking
school
love it.
fucking HPS setups where
Yeah.
you're like, oh man, this is a fucking
Yeah.
operation
Yeah.
here.
The fucking-
Now you can have a nice clean little grow going that like an LED. You know, you don't need anything
Yeah.
crazy anymore. You can. So now you have all the niche people that are excellent gardeners outside
Yep.
that are able to
Can
fuck around
transfer it.
inside, and now
Yeah.
they're realizing how much, you know, they can accelerate their
That's where I-
yields with
that's
their
where I
tomatoes
start
and
all-
shit indoors.
That's where I
and shit.
start all my
yeah.
all my vegetables for the summer.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about, you
I
know,
start them off in my room.
especially get them like long veggies for them and then be able to throw it
Yeah.
outdoors afterwards.
What a head start you get, man.
Woo!
Oh, wicked
It's
head
that
start.
food for the block, for the whole neighborhood.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
I had shit ton of fucking
Way to go.
cucumbers.
Maybe that should.
We had a
Maybe
shit
that
ton
we
of
should end
cucumbers
up
this
putting
year.
some of that too, just to kind of show like, yo,
If we ever got like, I don't know, I don't want to say donations, but like if we like took off or something and we're able to like fund some type of community garden, I think that shit would be fucking sweet.
that'd be dope.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
down with that.
Fuck yeah. it
I'd
would
be even start to like try to raise some fund to like dig a well somewhere that needs it.
Where you gotta go to fucking
Anywhere that has like
Africa.
strand-
Where does Rogan's guy always go? With the little black people, the little little Africans. They're like mini. It sounds horrible. What the fuck are they? Oh, what are they?
This is not PC.
The pygmies.
Pygmies.
The pygmies.
Yes,
Sorry,
you're right.
I'm sorry,
No,
guys. I'm
they're
very
not.
sorry.
You're
They're
right.
small.
They're small.
Oh, I
They're
can-
smaller. They're.
I want to be.
But
But
you know
see the
that's-
South Park episode
but
with
that's
the
it, they
babies,
ends
the
up
PC
being-
babies, when they cry. I just
They-
want to sit here and start crying right now.
That's something too. That if you end up looking at some of these like indigenous people, they he's fucking.
That's fucked.
Oh my god.
I'm not like that. I'm not. You know that. I'm just. I'm making fun of.
We're just
the
joking.
whole shit. It's just funny because it's funny.
It's just funny because it's funny. Next.
Oh,
Go ahead. I'm just laughing at myself.
fucking high as shit.
Yeah, we're gonna dig some wells.
Oh yeah, so when it comes to like pygmies and shit like that or something like that, like the real indigenous, they always end up being much smaller. Like they really are. Like you end up still getting like some of like indigenous people in South America. They come to they're really like coming to the U.S. like that. That whole caravan thing, like yo, they're mad small. Like you like they're like you're standing next to them, you're like, damn, like, and that ends up being on the natural, and you end up going back to like Egypt and the pyramids, how it was lower ceilings. It wasn't like they weren't giants.
Well, they say. But when we were evolving, we weren't that tall. We were short and weighed like 200, 250 pounds.
Where did all
Like-
this height come
like
from now?
5'3", 5'2", 5'4" at most.
The fuck?
But 250 pounds
Of muscle.
of just solid.
Ooh.
That's how we. And then,
okay,
We
okay.
well, they were talking about tools. We started.
Who's a tool?
No, we started using tools and figuring out, and because we were smart and we were getting smarter and using things to build things and this and that, and then got obviously started being able to kill and know to take the fur and stuff. So that was a tool. And as time of evolution went on, we didn't need to be
Yeah.
5'4", 250 pounds of solid muscle and bone.
Now we're like 5'8" average, 5'7" fat.
Exactly. And why? Work.
Too much
those
bread.
Tools.
Too
I'm
much
just
sugar.
saying, like,
Too much salt.
When I say work, like mainly, most people have a desk job, so they're sitting down. They eat at their desk.
Yeah.
So
They're not
fat.
taking care of themselves. They hate their job. They
There's
hate
also-
their life. They're depressed.
There's
they
also
get
an
fat.
there's an abundance of
But-
food compared to the past,
Oh, exactly.
where you're
Exactly.
fucking
Oh, yeah.
picking berries off a
The
tree to
access
actually
to it.
eat. Like,
Right, and that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. It started getting easier.
Well, that's
for
the thing,
us
like-
to-
and you're using the calories to earn the calories.
right.
Like you're probably burning more calories to get that calorie
No,
back.
you
in
don't
you.
even need
Right.
that money, that much calories though. That's
No,
what
but
I'm saying.
Like,
no,
that's
just
what I'm saying. They
Well-
probably stayed small. Like
Right.
you
Yeah.
always, you were never on the surplus of.
Right.
I don't think
building,
people
you know what I'm
understand
saying?
generally
Where you
know what
didn't
the
need
whole
to eat.
calorie
Yeah.
thing is. I don't think they generally understand what the fuck that means.
I'm just using it as the
No,
guideline
not
that we
you,
use.
but I mean, like, I'm saying, like, just in general. I know we're talking about, like, we
Mm.
understand what we're talking about, like, but I think that's the problem, the general problem that
they don't
people
have to
don't
know.
understand. But like, like, oh yeah, I'm only eating this much. It's like, yeah, but that little bit, like, that candy bar, that's a lot of fucking shit right there. Like,
I'm
don't
talking,
think
dude. I'm
because
talking
you're
about.
not
I'm
eating,
talking
a
about like
pizza,
ancient history. I'm talking about why.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not talking about like candy bars and shit.
No, I'm talking about like today.
Yeah.
versus then.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like we have an abundance of shit. Like there was no candy bar you can just go buy, and all of a sudden you're loaded up on salt, sugars, fucking all this shit.
Yeah.
Like you were scraping by your entire life to find food. Like that was your life, was finding food.
Right.
That's what there was no work, there was no taxes, there was no boss.
Right.
And if the lights go out, we'll go to that just like that.
Just takes 3 days
Mad
of chaos.
people.
3 days of chaos.
Woo! I'm ready.
It just takes 3 days, and that is it. And then it is complete chaos.
But it'll be weird, cause
Not
so
for me.
so I predict this
Not for me.
sometime in the future, right? The power's gonna go out, then something like it's gonna kind of like some chain reaction because we're just adding to an old system, right? We're not really like we're
No
just
updating
patching it
at
up,
all.
not at all.
throwing
Except like
Band-Aids.
updating and transform, like yo, you just updating the relays. You're
Yeah.
not updating the system,
Right.
So
You better know how to make fucking fire
So
without shit.
it's gonna be like this chain reaction, so they have to replace these major parts, but it's gonna take a while to replace these parts, and that means chaos for like
years.
weeks. No, I'm gonna say weeks.
Dude, it's
Weeks.
gonna if you have
Oh,
a massive,
yeah,
massive
Years.
No,
Well, not
no.
years. At
No, no,
least,
no.
at least a couple. Good.
I'm gonna say, trust me, it's gonna
Half
be
a
weeks.
year.
Like, look,
Yeah.
you end up seeing what happened in Puerto Rico, right?
Yeah.
As far as like how long it actually took, but there ended up being a system that was never maintained. It's the same system, but it's hard to maintain, very low money. Ours are being highly maintained, but it's still a shit system, right? So if that maintenance stops, you're in the same boat, except it's a much bigger system, so it takes longer.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna take
So even though
over
right
months. It's gonna take
already
probably
separated
over a
to
year.
it's the sections of the country,
Mm.
but as far as our section, it's like the East Coast. Like it's a lot of fucking people. Like it's a lot of people.
What do you?
It's
What would you
both
say?
coasts.
What would you say? 2008 times. If 2008 happened again, but like times 10 or 20.
times
What
10.
financial?
Yeah.
So to 2018.
Well, it depends on how it that was like a housing thing.
Yeah, but it affected
No, but
everything.
It can.
yeah, but
Water would definitely be something like that.
I'm sorry, like if
It
you,
was,
if you had,
it
if
was
you had a
housing-
specific
it was
thing, like,
it was the housing thing that caused it.
right.
But
yes.
like, was it Ford? No, GMC.
Well, it could-
Who
this
went out
is-
of business? There was a couple banks and shit that like filed like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It was because of the housing market and all those loans and whatnot.
Right.
If you, what do you think would happen if that happened again? But times 10, just say.
I have no idea.
Shit hasn't changed. I'm confused as to like they say the economy's better, but I think it's like.
Dude,
I think like the stock market is doing better, but not Main Street is doing better. Like we're still kind of like the same. Like what the fuck? Like they're saying, "Oh, we're doing great."
just got all
I'm
your
like,
roads
"What the
paved.
fuck are they talking about?"
No?
Yeah.
Feels nice.
Yeah.
I pulled in, I was like, ooh.
So random that we got them paved. I'm like, what the fuck's this about?
Weird,
Oh,
right?
that right there. I was just about to say. He's like, "Damn, man, you gotta like have a show about how." Like you know what it is?
Well, that's the
'Cause
thing. That's the shit they should be
generally
doing.
Rhode Island ends up using fucking like shitty asphalt,
Yeah.
they put in FiOS? Oh no.
but that shit looks like the shit we use in Connecticut. We use that fire, that
The
banging
black?
shit. We spend the reason
This
is
is tar,
yo,
guys.
yo, it's not so different. There's so many different types, yo. It really
Yeah.
is. It's not. That's
It'll
why
break-
you
it'll
say
break
it's just
down.
like that. That's why you guys have.
Rhode
shitty
Island's got
streets.
shitty stuff.
Yeah. Not Connecticut.
That'll be broken up in
Oh,
6 months.
For sure.
After this winter,
After
you come
this
back by
winter.
here, you'd be like, oh my god, look at this fucking street.
There's holes and
Alright,
fucking
well,
cracks
yeah.
and hills.
Maybe you
Designed
guys
to
is
break.
like
Yeah.
so. For Connecticut, it's like they end up, as far as our state budget in comparison, we end up spending the same amount as the U.S. spends on the national defense, like a shit ton of money on it. We spend a lot on the fucking roads, which I still think it's stupid as fuck, but they do. It ends up being on the fucking all the damn paving and shit like that, and all what they end up paying on the fucking asphalt. So this shit is like clean, but it's too expensive. I think too
Well,
much money is spent
I
on
mean,
that shit.
they should be. They
That's
should
what
be.
we're always arguing about.
They should.
Too.
They should be. That's what they should be spending it on. That and education. Because if you can't
much.
travel, where the fuck are you going?
And you got the fucking unions involved in that shit. Forget about it, man. It's,
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Like,
you know.
if 2000, so the guy who wrote that book before 2007, 2008 hit, and called and said,
What book?
I don't know exactly what it is, but he called.
No, what's the book called?
I don't know.
Oh, come on.
I didn't read it. I just know he wrote a book about what was gonna happen before it happened, and then it happened.
Get out.
Yeah. I mean, it's numbers. They made a movie about it, pretty much with the other shit.
Nostradamus?
They're already predicting the next one, so you know it's coming.
No, he did already.
No, I'm saying, you're saying it's just numbers.
Is that the
this
next
guy
book?
predicted it.
Yeah.
I'm saying they're already predicting the next one, so
Right.
you know it's coming.
Exactly.
There's already another guy who's already written a book about the next one, and we're gonna be like,
No,
oh
it's the
shit, that
same
guy
guy.
predicted.
Matter of fact, look, this
they
is what we
sta-
can do.
they-
Hey,
all
we-
them
let's
loans
write a
that they
book.
gave out,
like a lot of things
write a
went
book,
bankrupt.
and then it'll come true. So we'll be the guys when it's our time.
And I don't even think it's a whole book. I think it was just like a big article about a bunch of shit that was.
I'm gonna read a prediction right now because now the archives are gonna be audio, right? And video like that back in the, it's only all no video, only audio field. So you guys are gonna hear us right now. It's like I predict in 2132
No, they said like 2022.
that
Yeah, like in
a
3
dark
years, dude.
individual, a dark individual, will set asunder all that is good.
Well, I hope so. But them loans that they gave out, they just call them something different, and they're still giving them out.
Yeah.
They just call them something different. So all that Fannie Mae and fucking Ralphie
Freddie
Mae
Mac,
and
Freddie
fucking
Mac.
The worst names ever.
yeah, like
And
all that shit.
this one,
Sounds like-
FDIC.
Sounds like a Def Jam comedy show.
Yeah.
It's like a housing type, but like, this is FDIC certified. And I read that, I was like, that says FDIC. You Bernie, that says FDIC.
That's in bank
It's like,
insurance.
I'm FDIC certified.
That's what that is. That's the bank's insurance company.
FDIC.
Yeah,
Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac.
Figured FDIC.
and yeah.
Yo, I'm not gonna
That
live him
sound
down
like-
now.
that
So next
sound like
time,
crazy
so
fuck,
I
but-
fucking treat any kind of bank representative like shit, in the sense of like, look, I tell them from the beginning, it's like, I don't like your institution, but unfortunately, this is what I have to deal with to actually conduct business. So if I'm a little rude with you, just kind of deal with it. It's part of the job, but understand that it's not personal. All right, so let's get with it. And I go, into it, and I fucking now that I know it, like FDIC, forget about it.
Yo, did we have we had a session since my fucking town meeting? Where I had to present to the town, and I had all the protesters come up.
No.
No.
Wait, the
church?
last one was
Yeah,
no, the last one was at the that was before
Danko.
that was before Danko.
Yeah,
right?
that was before.
That was right before Danko, yeah. But we didn't
no,
talk about
yeah,
it.
so that was an interview with him. We haven't had like something just us.
No,
Yeah.
Does anyone want to kill this or?
I'm good.
Yeah, so our
That was-
prior episode we skipped kind of like that we interviewed Danny Danko at
Freedom Rally.
Freedom Rally 2018, which is fucking pretty dope, man. Like
That might be the last one. Anyone paying attention to that shit?
what?
Yeah.
Yes, man.
Sad.
Damn.
Not
well,
cool.
which is bullshit, right? So this is my argument, right? I say it's bullshit because they say, oh, it's not a proper use of the park, right? But what the fuck happens during St. Patrick's Day? Every single major city in the United States smells like urine for like 3 days because everybody
Bro,
drinks
every
and
city
pisses
smells
in
like urine
single-
every day.
No,
There's
no,
so
no,
many
no.
homeless people
Not
nowadays.
more than St. Patrick's Day because everybody's tourism is just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
But
I
I'm like,
hear
yo,
you.
as far as towns, like it's ridiculous. You tell me that's a better use.
Yeah,
Urine or there's acceptable smell of urine per city, right? But to just have everywhere, all part of the city smell like urine for 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, but
Vomit.
Come on.
whose fault is it?
We end up disappearing in like a few hours and
It's
they're fucking
the-
complaining
it's the-
about get
it's
the
the
fuck out
per-
of here. Better use
It's the
my
person
ass.
who's pissing fault. So if you're not keeping your park clean after you've just used it for a fucking event that we're using it for, then fucking shame on you for pissing all over the place. Clean up your fucking shit like a fucking normal human being, and fucking
I'm just pointing out to the.
they won't be like, oh, they're not using the park for a fucking normal fucking whatever.
You have to
That would
give
never
them
get
no
said.
reason.
Exactly, give
Well-
them no reason.
I think it's a bit biased. And I know eventually over time it'll change, but it's, how you going to end up being, that was the 29th, right?
You know what happened this year?
The 29th year?
You know what happened, though? It went wreck in mass in July. Right?
Yeah.
That was that year before
And
that, yeah.
I don't know if you guys walked around this particular event, because I went to last year's and it was awesome. But this year,
Oh, yes. Speak about
I felt so fucking old walking around that crowd. I mean, I was surrounded by teenagers. Like 18, 19-year-olds.
The movement came in.
Yes,
I mean, it was just so many
Not the
kids.
movement,
From
but like
one year to the next, it was very, like, theme parkish. It was like like everything was already like like
But I just
mainstreamed.
and maybe shame on me for even sticking my neck out like this, but you can see the difference in respect
Oh yeah.
in the generations.
Yeah.
You can see it, and you watch it. And we were leaving, like when we were leaving the fucking on Sunday, it was trashed, bro. That park was trashed. There was trash everywhere.
Yeah, it was
It was pretty
horrible.
sad to like walk away going, "Oh my god, dude, this
That's
is
not.
fucking bad."
Yeah, that's not the community though.
But it seemed
That
like
was
this year.
tourists.
No,
it
it was the
overtook-
community.
it
Because it
over-
was always spots that people had fucking were vending.
Right, I feel you, but
But
Well,
I
that's
I
the
just feel like
community.
I feel you, but
Because it
just-
was all in
just
some
because-
big time
listen,
people's
no.
spots.
Let's be
I'm
clear.
telling you, I know
just
the guys
because
who
you
fucking
call your fucking company something about some weed shit
That's
or
the
like
community.
that does not make you part of the community. That makes you
If
somebody
you're there,
that's participating.
Well, that's the community.
That doesn't mean that you actually what we end up saying more of a community. We're talking about more of the medical side. We're not talking about the rec side. The community, because we're talking about the medical cannabis community. That's what I feel like when we talk about community. That was rec tourism. That's what that was. And what
And I
is
think that's-
tourism
I
doing
think
shit
that
like that?
hurt. I think
they
that
don't
hurt.
respect.
I
They
think-
don't respect.
yeah, I think it was the tourism aspect this year. That was
Oh,
the
for sure.
difference.
There was a lot of that. People not throwing fucking. Just the trash was full and they just let it fucking overflow. Or there was no trash in the vicinity at all, so people were just leaving it at fucking in the back of people's tents and shit. So now what? It's
Yeah.
just gonna sit there till someone picks it up. I picked up a bunch of shit next to where we were because there were some slobs next to where we were, but
Yeah, but it wasn't like that last year.
no,
Remember last year?
it wasn't. But
We both sat in the grass and boasted it, yo. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't like this
Well,
year was. It was, yo. It was.
it just goes to show
But I think we were back there
what's
too,
going
in
on.
that behind the tent for a while, so it felt like mad chill back there too, yo. But when we stepped out, like and all that, it was just like full on.
Yeah, but even last year when of course there was a ton of fucking people and it was still super crowded.
Yeah,
I
it was
couldn't
still
find you.
cool.
You were fucking 10, 15 feet from me, probably. I couldn't fucking see you.
But it was
find you.
just but even still
It was still cool. it was
that
still
like last year
mellow.
to this year, the crowd was just like I felt a little paranoid this year. Not paranoid, but like anxious. Like
No, it was.
like I said, I felt like I didn't belong in the fucking
Sensory
crowd. I'm like,
overload.
Jesus Christ, I'm like surrounded by kids right now.
Yeah, there was
I feel
a lot
awkward.
of kids. There was a lot of young
It was
people,
a fat
for
shit.
sure.
They were trying to snap it up.
And that happens every so
Snaps.
many years. I've seen it a few times now. I mean,
It's gonna happen. I mean,
We're
you
almost
can't
40
stop
now.
it.
We're-
Right.
We've
Nah, you
we've
know
seen
what?
it at least twice.
Yeah.
You know what? Look, this is what we really
We
should
were
like.
it, and then
It's
30. And
They're it right now, so it's our job to, guide them as best they can, or if it's fuck as much as they want to listen, because most of the time they
I
don't
know,
want to
but
fucking listen.
bro,
either, but
we like tiptoed this shit to legality. These motherfuckers are walking into it and they're just like, oh yeah, fucking smoking blunts, throwing on
Right.
the ground, fucking doing that. Like
that's it.
we had to like
let them. You'll to be able to
That's
tell
how
who.
quick it is.
Yeah.
Boom.
they would. It's just
Instant.
like I'm still.
Oh
you know,
yeah, it baffles me.
We
It
got. I
baffles
still
me.
got the fucking Dare program in my head.
And it
you know what I mean?
baffles me how quick like these Congress
still alive.
people and the people who have the power to make these laws go through, and the communities and counties, how fast and how quick they're learning the loopholes and closing them down instantly, and then
Oh, yeah.
like making more stupid laws. That's like what I was saying before. Like
Yup.
before you know it, if you work in the cannabis community industry and
They're
you're
gonna limit it,
touching
man. It's
cannabis, you will not be able to test positive for cannabis soon. That's how it's gonna be. I almost
well,
can
no, they're
guarantee it.
a lot of people going to court for it, different spots. I think it's gonna. overall.
but
You just don't be able
once
to,
the
like-
motherfuckers, once they say nay,
Because studies are even coming
there
out
ain't
that
no.
they're not talking
That's
about
it,
like
baby.
yeah,
You
impairment.
can't
as
beat
far
them,
as,
join them,
like,
I guess.
driving a vehicle and shit, So
It's fucked because I smell it, and that's one thing I'll fucking predict. I'm calling it right now.
what are you really?
Yep.
Call it.
I already did. I said it on my Instagram and right here now. Pretty soon, if you want to work and be in the cannabis I don't want to say community, cannabis industry, rec,
Industry.
or medical, and you're touching or handling any product, you will not be able to, you will have to be able to take a drug test and not be on.
But so
No THC.
here's a silver lining to this. To the people that no judgment, because it's no judgment zone type shit, but people have gone out there to the rec market and have gotten more disappointed than satisfied as far as like knowing exactly what you're getting, right?
Mhm.
And they have kind of turned back to the black market because they got a little bit more of like, I guess, say, or being able to try something maybe. Like maybe the local dude will maybe smoke a joint with you before you end up, buying like a little half ounce or something like that.
I think it's circumstantial.
Because, I mean, and you end up knowing if he ends up actually growing it or not growing it.
One thing you'll never be able to get rid of is convenience.
That's true. They got me in Vegas. I was able to go at 1 o'clock in the morning and get some fucking weed. It shit sucked, but it was like
It's
black
there.
cherry, but it was there. I was like, this is cool, but it's not.
So, so just based on that principle, you have that edge going for you. Okay, you're not gonna get every single consumer.
No.
You can't. It's just.
But you have the opportunity in front of you to market yourself and be able to get more the other consumers.
Right, and at least attract them
Right.
just for you.
Right.
And then be like, yo, I go to my local shop, rec shop, and they fucking shot, your shit's better than their shit. And I hear that a lot too, as far as like dealing with dispensaries. I'll be like, yeah, I don't want that dispensary shit. Shit kind of sucks. I want to like my local guy. Like I know my local guy. I know how he grows. He's clean. Is this? Is that?
But there's no
He's
problem
got
with that.
bang.
There's no problem with that.
So
And
I think there's
I can't
always
even argue that.
gonna be
I was just in a wreck state. It was fucking trash, bro. I didn't like hardly anything I got, and I got some big name stuff. I got some fairly well known guy stuff. There was no there was no trash. Like it wasn't fucking garbage.
Are we being judge hat? Is your judge hat or your tourist hat?
No,
as
because
far
I've
as
had
like
it
the
too, and
expectations.
I've had
like,
it too, and
It's
it's like it gets you by.
It's there.
It's there.
it has taste.
It's not trash.
But
like
it's
I'm
so-
not gonna not smoke it. I won't.
all right, so maybe I'm being a
All
little
right,
bit
let
too
me-
harsh
let-
with my
this is the
trash
best- this is the
type
best
of thing, 'cause
description.
I like to like.
Here's the best description, okay? There was over an ounce bought and ground up. We bought a brand new grinder, like a real, not a plastic shitty one. We got a fucking, four chambered thing with the
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
screen. Not even joking you. Like, not even to make this a fucking joke. There wasn't a fucking speck of dust at the bottom of that screen when we took back off. There was not a speck, bro. I was
brand new.
amazed. Dude, brand new and over an ounce. An ounce and a half was ground up. And then after like 2 days, and I was noticing, I'm like, dude, there's no keef. I was doing the shake and everything, trying to get shit.
You should put like coins
Nothing.
in it too.
And that's from all different brands and cultivars. It's not like we just bought one brand and it's like, oh man, that one had no fucking
That's
keef.
weird.
And you can ask, all right, Dank.
I already know
It's just like,
what
holy
they do.
shit.
It's a business, man.
Tell me what they do. What's the secret on
They
that? What's the
grow
secret on
that stuff
Not everyone, but
for
say the general
flour.
people.
Then there's other ones that they have in other rooms that just go to hash and then probably rosin.
Mhm.
This is gonna be bad, but fuck it. Wait, you see all those pictures on these bigger guys' Instagrams that have these places, and they got two hands full, or a handful of fucking big old white, twisted up, turned and pulled fucking
Yeah.
rosin
Yeah,
slab patty,
Mhm.
massive thing,
which
that-
is very cool.
right, which is very cool, and it says what? Dry sift rosin, right?
Something like that.
Most
yeah.
of them.
I think it's mixed.
Well, if you ain't getting any in your fucking grinder,
Where'd
it go?
Where did it go? Indeed. Indeed. Well, that's the game that they have been playing for a very long
very
time,
long
with,
time.
with East Coast.
They tumbled right out of that.
And then they ship. And then they ship.
And that's why a lot of this stuff goes to hash, because they'll take that just enough to satisfy the fucking drop.
Wow.
That's already fucking been.
Well, it is a business.
It's fucked. It's fucked.
And this is why.
That's why I don't
and
do
this
that
is why
shit.
the local dude's gonna win. That's why the local dude. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who we've ever talked to, who we've ever met. The best shit out of 100 things is gonna stick out to us, and we're gonna end up gravitating automatically. We're just gonna be automatically know.
But you don't have to operate that
It
way.
just takes
No,
a
you
little
don't,
bit.
because
It just takes a
as
little
soon
bit
as
till I
somebody
get
like
there.
you finds that out, and they're like, "What the fuck? Why is that happening?" And then it starts spreading, and then it spreads and it spreads and it spreads, and then all of a sudden, one day, I don't mean to sound any kind of way right now, but one day it jumps that barrier of minority, so to say, and they go, and the little fucking bright light turns on in the top of their head. Oh fuck, we're being getting fucked, man. So like, that's how it is.
One of
The cat,
It is.
the cat, is
Yeah.
fucking jumping
Cat
around.
scratching up there. No, it isn't. Cat scratch. Like that. I think it's a dog. Bugging out. Doing his thing. So.
But, yeah. I mean, that's how. If you don't go to be like that, then no one will ever notice. Cat jumping around.
Yeah, it was a cat. Sorry about that. No, I mean,
cat does ghost and cats.
But yeah, you don't have to be like that.
Yeah,
I just-
Because then all of a sudden people
he's got a
notice.
ghost cat.
no, I think a lot of people they talk about craft, but they lose it to the dollar. They lose it to the greed. Because you talk about a lot of these companies and they
But
preach
you know what
craft
ended up
cannabis and boutique, but
And then the being having to please. Sometimes you end up getting yourself into where you got to please an investor or to possibly get somebody out or this and that, buyouts like that, and you gotta like, you know what, fuck it, let's push like that just so we can,
and that's
do
why you gotta
compromise.
create the right team. You gotta
Yeah.
get the right investors.
Yeah.
You can't get a numbers guy, a real estate guy, a guy that's jumping into this for percentage, just doesn't understand it.
Hey, I understand that.
You know what I mean?
I
It's
do.
tough. It's tough finding those people, those
It's
matches.
tough. A very difficult task, 100%. And that's before you even open any kind of fucking doors to anything.
Right.
But
But
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So tell us about your this town meeting. Are you
Yeah,
what,
so-
we able to say anyway?
Yeah, we had to do our community outreach meeting,
Yeah. I know about that too.
and so
That's when 75% of the community comes back and goes,
yeah, I mean, you hear it all.
yeah.
You hear it all. You hear very exaggerated claims. You hear, but you just let the people talk. But anyways, we had to present to the town, what we were doing, our plans and all that stuff.
Yep.
Basically, get their permission,
Yep.
the selectmen.
Pretty please.
We had a slideshow. It was pretty legit. There was the newspaper there. We were on TV.
Hot sauce.
And then after we're done with our little slideshow presentation, the the villagers come up, but it's
the villagers.
it's more
Let's
it's
hear
more
it.
dramatic though, because we're there for a whole town meeting, like a town hall meeting.
Shovels were out.
So
Right,
it's
right.
not like we were just there. We got up and we had to sit there for like 45 minutes.
Takes a while. Yeah. Sometimes it takes hours.
Yeah. So there was
They
a
were
bunch.
sitting in the cold with candles.
No. So we're
They're old. They got nothing else but time on their hands. I swear, they'll fucking sit there for hours. That's the thing. You were like, yo, we gotta let's do business. Let's go.
Well,
They're like, they want to sit there.
planning on doing?
Well, just imagine this. When we first got there, right? We walk in. We're the only ones there. I'm like, yes. You know, I drove up there like so nervous, like, oh my god, I don't know what I'm walking into here.
Right.
We get there, no one's fucking there. Just the selectmen are there, chit chatting or whatever. Now, granted, we were like 10 minutes early, but I'm like, all right, there's no one here with 10 minutes to go. Like, there was no one outside. I'm like, all right, cool. We sit down. We got the little agenda list that tells you, oh, it's 6:10. They tell you all right, so we're on at 7 o'clock. Showtime, 7 o'clock.
Supposedly.
No, it's dude. We went on early.
Okay.
They brought us on.
6:57.
They jumped us.
You were the town talk.
Oh, you better fucking believe it. So we're sitting there. We sit in the back, and people are slowly coming in, and then, as people are walking in, I'm listening to what they're talking about, and they're all pissed off about, like, they didn't pick up the leaves at the end of my street. I'm like, all right, don't worry about you. And then this guy's talking about his son being promoted to some position in the town board or whatever. All right, that's what he's here for. Blah, blah, blah. So you're just like looking at everyone coming in, looking for who's going to be the one that's going to be my problem today. So the town hall meeting starts, and they're like, when it started, there was maybe 15 people in the town hall meeting. And then slowly, people are just creeping in. And with about 10 minutes left before we were supposed to go up, they just announced that we're going up. And so as soon as they announced us, I swear to God, it was like the universe was just like, haha. As soon as they announced us, like, the doors opened up, and like a whole crowd literally walked in, like, and you can hear them. You can hear like a loud crowd outside of a small, like a quiet room, and you're like, holy shit, that sounds like a lot of fucking people. And sure enough, it was a lot of fucking people.
Continue.
Like groups, like organized groups of what certain people or whatever, and religious groups and stuff, and they were all
Mothers
there
Against
for us.
Stuff, yes.
all for us.
Whew.
And then, right as they're walking in, they're calling us up, and I'm like, oh my god. So that's how that started. And then, you know, like I said, we presented, and then after we presented, all the selectmen were like, all in favor? Yes. Everyone was like, yes. So we're like, okay, and now the people are going to come up and present their issues with it. I'm like, oh boy.
You just gotta let them hear about it.
Well, you don't know that.
I told
No.
Yeah. After the fact, yes. Yeah.
But even when because
it's on the question.
The
Yes.
selectmen were even like, you know, you just gotta let the people say what they want to, whatever.
That's
and
it.
of course, I knew that, but you still don't know how to react because someone's talking to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, someone's right here, looking at you,
Asking you what you're doing.
not even asking you. They're telling you their issue. It doesn't matter. Like, so
Personal opinion completely.
So like I don't even want to get into the first but like the first guy comes up and he's whatever. No, very calm and collected, just very off track.
No.
I had just total off bases, like totally against any mind altering substance, like just one of those
I never. And
total
blah,
square,
blah, blah.
you know, whatever.
Anyway,
and it's just.
But don't fuck with his coffee in the morning.
But he brought up his
Or
concerns.
is alcohol?
So he brings up his concerns, and I'm thinking the whole time I'm trying to think of, okay, rational thought, like, how am I rationally going to answer this? How am I going to? And he stops talking, and I'm like, just about ready to, like, I don't want to say rebut, but like kind of reassure him, like, no, that's not the case. Like,
yeah.
And then the selectman, the town manager, was just like, next. And I was like, I just kind of backed from the microphone. Then the next guy comes up.
They already voted on this shit. You're good. Yeah.
But then, you still, like, when you're in the moment, you don't realize what the fuck's about to go down.
So that's the thing. Though.
Yeah, but
they don't explain. They don't explain it to you, right? When you're actually doing a process, and the whole part of the whole process, in order to make it fully legit, you have to give the public
Just
their
their-
chance
give
to
them their 2
say
cents.
whatever like that. That's it.
Right.
But they
at
don't
the
tell you
same
that it doesn't
time-
matter because
I know.
it's always
At the same
specific.
at
know.
the same
It
time,
that's
the
what's
flip
so
side of
freaky
that
when you're going
coin,
through the process.
the flip side of that coin is you kind of should have some type of not rebuttals, but
Just educated.
No.
education. Thank you. Some type of education for them because that's where it fucking starts.
Right, but that's not the place for it.
No, what they're
Well,
but they're
I
look-
mean,
but
it is.
but
But
it's-
that's the thing. They're looking. They're saying
it
this
is.
stuff for a rebuttal. They're looking for a rebuttal.
This is why I'll say it's not.
That's why you can't give them a rebuttal.
This is why I'll say it's
Well,
not.
you don't
because
give them a rebuttal.
and it worked out amazingly. I don't know. Maybe this shouldn't be on. It doesn't matter because it was on fucking TV. It
It's
doesn't
on
matter.
TV. It's public. It's public record.
This is public record.
Yes. So you're talking about it's already out there.
As the next person comes up, just says whatever, and next, like the selectmen were just like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then it come to find out as more ridiculous claims were coming out, the selectmen end up becoming like your attorney. They're like, nope, this blah 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 blah. They start spitting facts at the people.
So they can end up rebutting and they can end up.
They
right.
did it for us.
Right.
So
That's
then-
the way. To,
Was it
that's
the
the
right
way.
information?
Yes.
That's the way to. That's the way you gotta let it happen.
And then I was like, this
They
is
get-
sweet. I
because
was
they get
just like
frustrated
grinning. I'm like,
themselves. They get frustrated themselves. We were like, look, that's enough. You guys, and they start spitting out ridiculous, like, you know,
And
you
you
don't
all-
want people to
Once that
spread
starts
stupid.
happening.
and you
know.
also pick up on it's like,
But if it's a legitimate thing and you know it's legit,
these people are regulars.
Right,
They're
right.
regulars at every town hall meeting.
Oh,
The
yeah,
selectmen
yeah,
are like, all right, Ernie.
Yeah.
Good night, Ernie. Like, you know,
Yeah.
they know
Yeah,
my
yeah,
name
yeah.
and shit. It's like, all right.
Yeah.
So,
God bless their hearts, man. They're,
oh man,
they're there. God bless them.
it was just very nerve wracking.
At least somebody's, you know, voicing whatever, something at least. Because nobody else is.
It's amazing. I mean,
Is nobody else's, but you know that's the process. Everybody's got to have the public's got to have their say.
Yep.
And if maybe for some chance somebody actually does point out something that could be a potential problem, well, now they actually have to, you know,
right.
acknowledge it. You know, like yo, or calling out, hey, I think this is bullshit because the selectmen took money or something like that, and I got proof. All right, now everything's got to be put on hold. If something is actually said, that's the chance for it to be said. But most of the time, it's filled with bullshit.
Yeah.
And just people just taking up time.
It was. I mean, one guy goes
What was
because I mean there's a few, but one guy.
non-factual? Let's just say it's not ridiculous. It's just non-factual.
All right, because we're gonna have security, a fence around the perimeter of the
Yep.
building.
Yep.
His concern.
His non-factual.
Well, his concern was a fence around the building is going to deter future businesses from coming to town.
As long as it doesn't have like barbed wires and spikes fence and shit like that, you should be fine.
Why it wouldn't? I mean, it's
That's the only thing. I trust me. I understand what you're saying, and only if it ended up being spiked and like being looking uninvited. If it's just a fence,
Yeah.
a friendly fence, it can still be a strong fence.
so that was one. And then one guy said he would rather see a vineyard be put there instead of a cultivation facility.
of course.
Isn't that the same thing?
But it's just like, dude, think of what you're saying. A vineyard
Yeah,
Seasonal, very seasonal, very limited.
on
use
1
of it.
acre lot, like it's
No, very little. Also, town taxes, which means that his shit would end up having to go up if the town can figure out how to gain more property tax, which is what
what kind
they're
of
getting.
vineyard is on a 1 acre lot,
Yeah,
bro?
yeah.
It's not even feasible.
It's called the juice box.
It's like 5 rows
Yeah,
The juice box.
30 foot,
in a bathroom.
Yeah.
and a pump for the well.
I don't know. It was just, things like that. Things like my kids are gonna walk by the building and get high, like just things you would expect crazy, uneducated
It's,
things
to
come
it's
out.
a dying out, of the
Totally.
Yeah,
And that's what, and
that's
that's
all it is.
exactly why the selectmen were like, "Thank you, goodbye."
It's already. I mean,
They
Mitch
had.
McConnell is pushing for a hemp bill. It's gonna be like it's not that much further. Those days of like being illegal are numbered.
Yeah.
It's gonna be crazy when our kids are gonna grow up and they're like, yo, like
But dude,
I got
mean,
that weed, yo, grandpa, check out this shit.
I mean, the town.
Hey, old man.
The town
you
I'm working
smoking
with.
it the old way.
The-
Burning in tobacco. Look at you.
The town that we're working in is actually awesome. It's not like a corrupt. Like some of these towns are corrupt as fuck.
I've heard some tales. I've heard some tales.
Dude, we are super lucky. We're in a straightforward town. No BS, no secret deals, no this guy's getting a little bit extra to get the signature, nothing. It's all legit. So
Flat out.
we got
That's how it
lucky.
should
We
be.
got super lucky.
And to the point, not delayed either. Like, yo, let's just get
and
this.
and it was that dude. We didn't
Yeah.
deal with that. It was, is that what you got to do? Okay, this is what you got to do to get it. You got that done? Bang. All right.
Check,
You're
check,
good
check.
to go.
And does the public have anything to say?
Nope.
They did.
See?
Da-da-da. All right, bye. Call it a day. It takes time, but that's the gist of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm definitely fast forwarding a lot of shit, but
That the
But
public shit is
the
the
worst-
worst.
the worst
Ugh.
is talking to investors. Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, they want to know.
With
They don't know anything, but they want to know everything, and they want to tell you everything, but they don't know anything.
They know how they want their money back. That's it.
Well, that's the thing about it too. Sometimes you see them; they're actually like learning about the industry. They don't really care to invest in you. They're just
Here's-
seeing how they can end up fucking probably doing it themselves and cut you. Not really
Oh,
having
yeah,
like
that
that.
too, yeah.
You feel me? Like that's the thing though. Like, damn, how much do I really want to tell him? But if he's gonna supply millions, I gotta really tell him everything, type shit, right? It's tough. So how tough?
The problem is that these people with a lot of influence and power are just being given these high-ranking positions in the cannabis industry.
Right, because of.
Just because of their name, just because of
Right.
the notoriety in the town, just because a company comes here from another state, they know they need to get some powerful players on board locally to get things through.
Right.
So
That's
you
right.
end up with these cats that are like, yo, it's, again, I don't want to expose myself and get myself in trouble, but
Exposed.
very fucking influential people are involved here that know very fucking little about what's going on, and their expectations are crude and insane.
I'm cynical. I'm guessing probably
Like,
getting behind the scenes just to set themselves up in the right place to open up a business probably later on. It's just
yeah, they're
that's that game though. This is again we talked about. This is part of the market, the regular market that we want the cannabis industry to be a part of. So these are the rules to it. You just gotta beat them to it. That's the game right now. Beat them to it. If
The
not,
pro-
it's gonna be closed up, and you're gonna end up being like what Cali how it is now. Is very expensive to even get started.
the biggest problem that I'm facing is that I'm a grower.
Not a shower.
So
So
these people they're not accustomed to someone in my position coming to them with pragmatic info. They're so used to just numbers being blown up their fucking ass from guys who are in my position, but they're not the grower. They're not the fucking vision of a company. They're just the seeker of the investment. So they're just
right.
throwing capital numbers out there and throwing all these financial bullshit.
It's just easier for them to swallow and
Yes.
take and figure out and flip and blah blah blah.
So they don't want to
It's-
hear the truths.
No,
of,
they don't,
Of
no.
realities and yes, well not every single plant is going to your poundage because some of that's going to be fucking taken and put in a frozen freezer. Some of it's going to be turned into hash. A lot of it's going to be turned into hash, fresh frozen. Like that's how you get the best product. They don't give a fuck. They want grams per fucking square foot.
They want that brown shit. They want that.
They don't.
They
even,
want
and
the
it's-
they want the unit count.
They don't even know it's brown or green or yellow. They just numbers. To them, it's numbers. It's not a fucking plant.
Well, this is where that whole education between like there ends up being that bigger push, right, to actually buy things because it's the cultivator, not the name. Like the cultivator, because one person can grow this, and one person grow that grow off how it's already looking, which. The second one ended up going not so well. They ended up finding like
What's the grow off?
it's so the grow off ends up being
Where is it?
it's right now it's out west, and I'm actually I hit him up to actually see something.
Oh, when everyone gets the same cut.
Everybody gets the same
Yeah,
cut,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
you know you come back obviously and compare and shit like that. And there's a big difference. You can see like holy shit, you know. So what we've always talked about, that's the perfect like competition when it comes to like damn like this
Right.
person
Got it,
really
got
fucking
it.
killed it. Like it's clear. Look at it. Like they even did it better than my shit, and that's where that like that true honesty can come. Not who's got whatever the fuck name or whatever like that. It's this and that. Just really what it's supposed to be. Like the purity of it. As far as the competition goes, like brands are always gonna sell, and I think that besides what this brand might be, I think it should really end up being about the cultivator themselves. I think the cultivator should be the highlight of the brand as far as the weed like that, not the brand, and it's got some cultivator in and out, whatever like
But
that.
that's
just
what
kinda
all
like
these
churning
things.
shit
That's
out.
what a lot of these things are. It's a facility that hires a grower. So you know what you get.
And he's an employee, is what he is.
He's an
And
employee.
he's just making sure he doesn't fucking get fired.
And he has to fit into a robotic system of growing, which is what most of these places set up.
Yo, you need to hit 1,000. No, I said, yo, but this time we're only gonna end up going about 820. It's like, no, I said 1,000. It's like, I just fucking told you, I can't make more plant appear. It's gonna be this because this is how this turned out this time.
Mm-hmm. There's so many variables that they don't understand.
They don't.
So it's that's what I mean by it. You got to form the right partnerships in the beginning. You can't just grab money
So
and
maybe
lie to people and
maybe
and
we
just
should start looking actually to how wine ends up being priced, because ends up being on the wine is a little bit more specific because it has the outdoor season type of shit, right?
give me a
It's
gallon
little
of
bit-
Don Julio's that fucking
2018.
$11 gallon of wine in that big
Box of wine now.
Yo, but like different lands, this and that, blah blah
Yup.
blah. And New England has great like ground, so the outdoor shit's gonna end up producing something pretty cool, I think. Once like we able to do like the whole outdoor shit, but
dude.
how are they pricing theirs as far as like what decides what because of the ground and what they have actually tested like that. We just got to make sure we end up being able to test to those greater qualities besides the regular is it clean, that aside of course checkbox,
it's
the terpenes, and as far as who has the better taste on that, and what are we really looking for? Just a bigger question, I guess. What are we really looking for to set a good market?
to me, the way I see the future, it's gonna be all about taste.
Terps. All those terps.
Terps of any way you get them in you, it's about the taste because the THC is there. The distillate is a fucking dime a dozen. You can grab distillate
Tons of
anywhere
it.
from. It's like, what is it, $7 a gram wholesale somewhere in most places.
I don't
It's
even-
fucking there.
But it's gross.
But that's why. But I'm saying that's getting high. You can
That's
get
on
high,
the go shit in the airport or
but that's just from
at the
shit
voting
weed. I'm
booth.
saying that's
I
the
was
product.
I was like this.
But that's the product of a
Yo,
lot
but-
of shit weed. So you're gonna be able to get high. Anyone's gonna be able to get
Yeah,
high.
Right.
anywhere.
It's good.
But it's not. It's
the
it's
separation-
hollow. No, it's a hollow high. It's a hollow high. It really is.
It is.
It's a hollow high.
But if you add the flavor,
But
It's still a hollow high. It's still a hollow high.
I don't mean getting high just from distillates. I'm just saying. I'm
I'm
saying.
talking about it's amazing. That's what carts are now. Is just
well,
just
that yeah, carts are that's their own little thing. That's like dabs. It's its own little.
That's distillate. That's all distillate.
I wasn't trying to say everyone's gonna be smoking distillate. I'm just saying you can get cannabinoids,
yeah,
dime
you
a
can just
dozen.
Get 'em, yeah.
Yeah.
right? Like so.
Walmart thinks
So
some
getting high
cheap
isn't gonna be.
CBD.
It's getting high isn't gonna be getting high like it was for us because that was the whole fucking thrill of it. Because getting high is gonna be very easy now. It's gonna be about the taste. That's gonna separate the highs,
Right.
in my opinion.
And
That's
the
gonna
way-
separate because there's got every fucking strain is gonna be over 15% that's hitting the shelves.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And you're gonna get high. You're getting high. So now it's about
It's
taste.
the taste that's gonna bring them back.
And the East Coast is really concentrated on that point, versus the West have pumped it out in
There's
by
some-
the tons.
There's some
Shout out to them for that. but
outstanding
we
West Coast
are-
growers, but there's
Yo.
some outstanding East Coast growers too.
Even,
Outstanding.
one of
Really
the, one
pushing
of the,
on that.
one of the well-known breeders on the West Coast. Oh shit! I just drew a blank too. I had his name in my fucking right on the tip of my tongue.
The tip of your tongue, tippity,
Aficionado.
aficionado.
Even he said it when he was here for the rally.
What?
He's like, I hate to say it, West Coast, but East Coast is holding it down. So there's some
Nice.
fucking fire over here.
Nice.
So
We just haven't had the spotlight. There's
Yo,
no
that's
That's the
spotlight.
thing. Though, everybody, even Danko said it. Even like a lot of people have been saying, "Yo, you guys have like, you guys got some fire. Like, you guys are really like." And that's ends up being because of that flavor.
And you know what else?
We're
it
not
is?
that
'Cause we
expect
got
over
that-
there. It's like you
Ev-
got tons of that shit.
Yo, every East Coast grower is sick of hearing about,
Oh yeah.
That's true.
and we got that chip on our
We
shoulder.
can come
That's
out
true.
and come out more.
Yeah, I'm happy
more
with that.
like they could earlier. 'cause
Right.
They got it
Like,
earlier,
yeah.
but
But they got a
Alpha Cal-
20-year
yeah,
jump
yeah,
start
yeah.
on us.
Yeah, that's
The
true.
boys just won Green Shock, and the boys got second place. I think it was like 21 inches, and
All the stock shit.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Mm.
and the other
That's
one
it.
was
That's a cool
22
competition.
22 inches first place, the one they did up on the mountain. with
Jeez.
Green Shock. That's like almost your waist.
How big is that when they get it outside? Like they just veg them for like ever and shit.
It's bigger than this room
When they veg?
when they're done.
No, I don't mean when they're done. I mean like,
How big are they when they go in?
yeah. Then they
Oh.
put them into those pots, those
I don't know,
gigantic
like
fucking
They're in
no-tills.
an 8 or 10 gallon pot, probably. So, little 4-foot ball maybe.
Yeah,
3.5-foot ball.
fucking
And they
spreading and
just
shit.
fucking- Yeah, these went straight into the ground too. In a
Oh,
mountain-
no
in a-
real, not even in the pots.
No,
Wow.
up on the mountain. The one the boys
Size
did
up shit.
in there for their personal was in a pot, but they get huge stalks anyway. And the one that won, the 22-inch one, it was a CBD strain.
Damn.
Fucking thing, I said it too. Cause I knew they were entering, and I'm looking, I'm like, damn, that's not an abnormally big one that I've seen, like, cause I've seen a few big ones already.
Yeah,
No homo, but
Out of all the shit tonight, that's what got a no more homo. Alright, go ahead. No homo.
it's fucking 22 inches. Holy shit, motherfucker, that thing's big. You don't notice it till you like really get down in there and look, and you're like, wow, that motherfucker, like just sucking up some water.
Damn.
You can almost feel it when you touch it.
Damn.
You can feel it like alive. It's weird. It's trippy. But congrats to them. It was fucking
That's what's up.
sweet.
Yeah.
That's awesome. The stock shit's fucking pretty dope, actually. That new ideas are actually starting to come out. I really like that. Like, the grow off. That's a dope idea. I would love to like have that out here, man. Like everybody like that, and everybody comes back and like presents their shit, but like, damn, you're not that dope. You've had some good names, but these people are like way better than you doing the same fucking cut, and it's just on style, and it does
all
change
style.
it.
It's style.
It changes the. I think he even changes the terpene flavor. And the problem with even though that's a great competition, the problem is that we still don't know enough about terpene profiling to
Oh, no,
actually
yeah.
be able
Oh,
to
yeah. Oh.
really fully determine that.
They're getting there. A lot of guys are doing it right now that are hiding it because it's so valuable. It's gonna be valuable.
I bet.
Super valuable for the future of those.
Espionage, yeah, for these glow sticks. You
Because
want to buy?
as they
you want a glow
synthesize
stick?
everything.
Glow stick.
I know how to fucking. I just filled a bunch up with some rosin the other day. Pretty cool.
You bring any?
Any tip?
Well, that's the rosin.
Any tip on how to make homemade rosin to the people out there? Close your meal. Some people, not everybody makes rosin.
Hair straightener and some parchment paper.
That's it. Like
I mean, that's the quickest, easy. You go to Walmart, get a fucking decent.
But out of hash though.
You
Besides
can
not
do
flour.
it with hash too.
With nothing to filter it.
Oh, then you would need, if you're gonna squish hash, then if you don't have any filters or anything, you can go right to Walmart and get the organic coffee filters. Not the ones that are like
Not the white ones.
not white,
The brown ones?
brown ones, but also the ones that are they have seam. There's a seam in them.
So you want the cone.
The cone, not the
wrinkles.
not the wrinkled one. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You want the cone one.
See,
because-
that's a specific somebody would like. Oh, I just grabbed the.
And the ones that are have the wrinkles are all around the edge,
It's too
like a
loose.
Reese's cup.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
they're too thin. You need to use two, if anything.
Really?
Yeah. The other ones are just thicker. It's
Well,
better.
what would that mean if it was too thin?
It busts open.
Yeah.
Ah.
Because the whole trick is not to leave it there too long, right? So you want something that's gonna be strong enough to let the resin through, micron enough to not let any particulate through. And I just feel that, those 25 micron, 32 micron, all them microns, they're all that like, you gotta understand that when that stuff is melting, getting ready to come out, it's pushing on those fibers, and it's gonna stretch one bigger than the other. Like, you ever see a tennis racket? When you
Right.
put your
Yep.
fingers in it, you can stretch one bigger than the other if you force your fucking fingers through there.
Yep.
So if you eliminate that, what you do with the coffee filter, then, because the coffee filter is it's not even really micron, I don't think.
No, it's not. It's like a mesh,
It's
like a
not
super
even-
mesh.
It's like paper. It's
It is
paper.
Yeah, that's true.
So it don't let nothing through. I know that.
And you
I
even
get-
talking about like any bags, any of those bags you talking about.
Yeah.
I've seen people like starting to do like double bagging it, like put a 37 and a 60 and
Well, that's even
outside.
worse. Imagine putting two tennis rackets against each
Right.
other and then sticking your finger. You know what I mean?
Doesn't it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Your thumb's gonna go in thick through one and then not so thick through the other, and your pinky will go through one and not, way through the other one.
So you
know?
mean it's more waste? Is there more waste that way,
No,
or
well,
does that
who
mean,
knows what's anything can. That's what I'm saying is just particulate can get through those holes.
But it's when pushing that, isn't that just basically like what you end up having with like regular like pressed hash? Isn't that what you would end up smoking anyway? Is that the particulates you're talking about?
Yeah. If you're squishing hash,
Right.
Well, even flour too. If you're cleaning up flour rosin.
No, flour I understand, but like you mean to even put like
I don't use a bag for flour.
yeah, I don't
squish-
either.
squish-
I just kind of try to like make sure it's like really like
just
compressed
make- yeah.
before I actually that's another trick too people don't know. Before you actually press something, compress it to make sure there's no air pockets in the middle, and then you
The big thing to do is what a lot of people don't think of, and I thought of it way before they even started making those fucking
for home use.
those
The puck maker.
yeah, they make the square ones, those round ones. I took two stainless steel measuring cups. Obviously one fits in the other.
Nice.
So
That's
I
fucking smart.
I cut the fucking end off of one of them. My wife got pissed. But then I started noticing, because I was using just stainless steel, and then I started noticing build up of resin on the fucking bottoms and on the inside. So I'm like, parchment paper. So I line it with parchment paper now.
Nice.
It was about, I don't know, $500 worth of advice right there.
Yeah. That's all, but this is all for DIY, do it your home shit. But that's something too, you gotta know what you're talking about. Go out there. Don't just Oh Christ, there's gonna be a huge percentage anyway, but we encourage people to get educated and actually go through the trials and tribulation of pressing some rosin before you fucking downgrade what people might want for it, you know? Because, like, damn, that shit is not an easy process to get a little bit of 1 gram of goop, of yellow goop, that is just unbelievable fire, but still, do you fucking know what this shit had, you know, like, I don't know. I feel like maybe there should be a little bit more outlash from the manufacturers and producers to the consumer as far as the labor intense that actually happens to this shit. There's got to be like an hourly type of thing where we're able to like really.
Yeah, I charge $100 an hour.
No, I don't mean you as far as like final product to really like.
But that's from soup.
So
to nuts.
exactly. So in rec, right? How much is a gram of gold of bubble hash?
That white shit you see now that everybody's making.
Yes.
I mean, as a hash guy, and knowing what it takes to get it, I mean,
What's fair?
easily it's $100 a gram.
But what's fair?
$100 a gram.
So what are they charging now?
I mean, if you're gonna buy bulk, which
No. We're
like
talking
that
about
this-
consumer and consumer.
like, well, consumer. I mean, listen, if you take a quarter of weed,
because most
good-
people
some-
aren't in our position,
a
so
good-
we're not
a
buying
good-
bulk.
a
We're
good-
buying bulk.
good weed, you get a quarter, okay, and you squish it. You're probably gonna get a gram 2, 1.2 for the layman's.
You should.
You should, but that's what you're gonna get, average. Hopefully, we'll put it that way. Hopefully, you get that. So now, what do you pay for a fucking quarter of bud for your consumption? If you go to the fucking store or whatever, it's usually fucking $75 to $100. Depends on what you get.
Yep.
Well, if you get top shelf, and you bring it home and you squish it and you get a gram 2, what's that gram of fucking rosin worth? $100 plus your time. So now put
That's
that
where
in
the timing. Yeah.
put
right,
that in
right,
perspective. You know what I mean?
Right.
I can bang out if I have the right press. Fuck. Give me fucking tons of hash,
Now,
full
what-
melt,
what's the
and I'll
threshold?
be done in a day.
What do you think is the
You know what I mean?
threshold for? Again, we're talking about DIY. So we're talking about because
I
we're
pumped
talking
a
about
lot
maybe
of shit out
home
on a hair
arbor
straightener.
presses and like
I pumped a lot of shit out on a hair straightener.
yeah, because we're not trying to give like corporate secrets out. We're trying to like help the little guy, the home guy. That's who we're trying to help.
All you need is that little fucking Irwin clamp with a fucking
Irwin
two
clamp.
2.5 inch woman's hair straightener, some parchment paper and some filters and then those are just the tools. Then you need
What's the clamp?
the
at?
equi-
What's the,
you
what's
need
the
the-
pounds per person on that?
I don't know. I have no idea. Just squish it till it feels right. You'll feel it.
Is that something they can end up kind of googling like that?
You'll know
Pretty
because
con-
you
Well, you know what?
trial and error. You'll
Yeah, you know what?
You'll bust the bag and go whoop. Can't go that quick.
They should end up trying actually. You know what? But get these things out there and try yourself and gain some experience so you can actually appreciate, a little bit of what some of these manufacturers actually have to go through to give you gold, unless you want doo-doo brown. Which the only one I would like is end up being that like old school pressed hash. Which I wish there was a little bit more access to that too. Cause to put one of those worms in, a joint or something like that, it'd be nice. You feel me?
Oh yeah, I mean
On like just for personal, like
the thing is like you once you do start doing that on your own, even if it is personal or you're getting it from a buddy, you instantly start learning what good weed is. And when I say what good weed is, there's some people out there that know what I'm talking about. There's a huge gap between that's good weed, man, and
That's really
good weed.
Yeah.
It's fucked up because
The
weed
leader.
is, irrelevant, really.
I should make like a meter, like a little like graph.
I want
Like
the fucking
like
heads.
good like that.
That's all I
Good
want.
weed is like good weed.
I just want the heads. I don't want the
You want the
fucking
heads.
I don't want the plant.
And then still too, when you seem like this like frost, right? And you look at it, but not all of them have heads.
Oh yeah, I know.
They got that frost, but not all of them have heads. Like, okay.
Well,
But
that's just genetics,
and it doesn't have that too.
mostly.
Oh,
Has a lot of.
the stem also contains some of that.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. But it also contains plant-based organic matter.
Okay. That's that. Finite, but
Yeah.
even still, I mean, I know we're like really trying to get to like the purest of it and stuff like that. We burn the flower at the end of the day too, which is like, like if we're like, oh,
I've
we're trying to
always-
get like, no, if it's got like a
I've
little
al-
bit of particle, I don't want it.
I've
But then
always
turn
said
around
that.
and
I've always said that, and then people, obviously a lot of people out in the world, they go, oh, it's supposed to be medical, but you're smoking it. You're smoking out of fucking paper, or you're smoking in a bowl, you gotta burn it. And I'm like, well, chill out there, fucking Einstein.
yeah,
Let me learn you a little bit, okay? Because I'm a master of those little crystals you see on there.
yeah.
That's really all you want. That's where everything is. Besides, like, the purple weed with the anosciathin.
Is there a
and stuff
terp
like
talk? Is there a terp? Somebody does terp talk?
that. Well, that's where the terps are, too, so but
Scientific,
those are
like,
also
terp talk.
beneficial, and that's where
Is there anybody that does that? We have like a terp talk segment.
And terp talks pretty much, it's...
I know everybody's having
Terps,
it. But,
terps,
you know,
all
like-
terps, all terpenes. Anything you smell out of weed, vegetables, fruits, anything. It's all an essential oil. That's organic, and the plant makes
Okay.
it itself. So whether you take an orange peel and squirt out all the stuff out of the rind into a puddle and collect it, and or get it from cannabis, the same kind of smelly taste, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
orange. It's the same. Compound for compound, they're the same. So it doesn't.
So then, what's the difference?
There is no difference. It's an oil.
So
it's
then why
just a
don't we
matter of
dab-
how they were
So-
extracted.
Right. So then, why don't we extract orange juice and dab orange juice terpenes?
Because it's orange juice. You don't want the juice. You just want the
the
essential
terpene version.
oil
right,
from
so
the rind.
If we ended up getting the essential oil from oranges, you're saying we can dab oranges?
I've actually on my glass table upstairs. I had those Smarties, the little ones. Wife bought a bag. I got a hold of them, started eating them like fucking hotcakes. I had a big pile of rind sitting there. My fingers stunk. It just smelled the whole fucking house. I'm like, damn, these are pretty pungent little fuckers. So I took all the rind. I was all stoned, and I fucking like rolled it. You bend it and just roll it, and when you do that, when you do that on a glass table, it only goes so far if you keep going in the same spot. Next thing you know, you got a puddle. What I do,
Oh my
I
god!
went and got a dab. I fucking stuffed it in there, got it all over the dab, and took a dab. And fucking it was just like smoking fucking orange whatever terp.
You did a fucking.
And I put it on my
tardy dab.
and I put it on my fucking tongue.
Now, you said obviously not like
Holy
a hot dab,
balls.
right? Not a fucking. You talking about like a low temp type shit, right? Obviously, like.
I guess there's a point because it is an oil, so there is a temperature, I guess. But I guess if you're taking a dab with it, then you need it to be at least 500 to get the shit to melt. The dab itself,
That's crazy.
550.
I
mean,
guess I
it'll
don't look
melt,
at that.
but-
I guess I can't look at that guy that's been dabbing mustard. So crazy now.
No, you don't want to be dabbing mustard. Who knows what's in that shit? You know what I mean?
Mustard terps.
Yeah, mustard terps. That's the thing.
Does this
Like,
come from mustard
if
seeds?
you were squishing
Mustard doesn't come
down
from
the
seeds, right?
mustard seed
Right.
and getting the oil from just the oil from the seed, and then imagine that. That's like a
Hemp mustard.
it's like a like almost like a capsaicin almost oil, because even peppers, that when you eat a hot pepper, that
Yeah,
shit
the
that
juice,
makes you
yeah,
fucking go, oh my god, that's hot. It's called capsaicin.
That show's funny. You seen that one?
It's an oil.
The Hot Wing show. The
Yeah,
hot ones.
ones.
Woo!
Yeah.
That's a good show. You never seen it?
Oh, they're awesome.
You gotta watch it.
They're
you
good.
Gotta watch it.
His kid Sean Evans is the host. He looks just like Jordan, pharmacist. They're doppelgangers for sure. But he's wicked
I never
good. He's
thought about
a
it.
wicked
He's
good
good.
host. The way he delivers things, and he's eating the wings too with the hot. At first, there was a discrepancy on a couple of like the earlier episodes where he didn't have anything because he was like fine. But he's like, listen, I'm human too, but I just get used to it. He's like, yeah, it's hot, but I don't have that reaction anymore. Like, I've done this many times. You see all the
All the
videos.
interviews, yeah.
And, there's some people who have tapped. They can't go through. And then a bunch of people have made it. But it gets hot at the end because my stepfather has bought in a few of them the bomb. And
Well, do you get the premise what he's talking about?
Yeah.
Like
It's
you
an
just go-
interview.
it starts at like a little bit hot, and it keeps going up like that, and
See how far you can get up.
Yeah.
yeah, and,
Scale.
at the
And
same
he
time,
asks
he's
you
asking
questions
he's
about-
interviewing about
Yeah.
like who you are and your profession and shit like that. You're like, like with the milk and like, yo, dude, it's wild, dude. It's like wow. So
Couple
there's
of funny
way to,
people
like,
have done
really
it.
compose yourself and keep it like. It's like, well, what? If, and he can ask you like controversial questions like, yo, you said this. It's like, well. Oh, that's hot.
Yeah,
No,
the way he
you know
delivers
what?
everything and the way the show is done, it grabs you. Like you're
It's on YouTube
interested.
or something?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's called
dude.
Hot Ones.
The hot ones. He's got a whole bunch
First
of
We
fucking cool
Feast.
shit. First we
As soon as you type in Hot Ones, it'll come up. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's good. He definitely shout out to Sean. He's a great interviewer and person in general. I would assume. I mean, he seems like a very witty character.
I can't do it. I watched one film, but I can't do it. I'm not.
Oh, I would be able to do it because
I'd
I've
be-
eaten I've eaten them all. I've eaten the plutonium Mad Dog 357. That stuff is fucking insane.
They good. You
The
can go
bomb
interview.
is just the one that's called the bomb. It's got a nuclear bomb on it. And that one's just like metallic, just death.
Oof.
It's doesn't taste good. And it's motherfucking hot.
Just
It
whacks you.
It whacks you hard, like instantly. So, and that one's not even one of the harder ones. That's the thing. Like it's like that. I think it's the third to the last or fourth. Yeah, it's third to the last.
Now, in all seriousness, what's the joy out of that shit? Is
For
it just
me,
is this
because I
just an
enjoy.
ego-
I
No.
Sounds like some Mount Everest type of thing.
Is,
No.
yeah, is this an ego thing?
No, I don't. Like. So I'm.
No,
That
so I'm
can't be
not talking
good for
about-
you. That's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
like, what's the point?
It can't be
Like,
good for you.
Even for like your culture.
I don't.
I know you don't.
still,
If you don't like it, that's cool.
No,
it's
like
whatever.
Most of, like
but
it still isn't being like anybody else. Like
I'm-
it's hot. It's
I'm
just like
ethnically mostly Portuguese, so they're known for eating spicy foods. That side,
Yeah.
Morocco, shit like that. So for me, it's flavor. Like the bomb, I don't like it. It doesn't taste good. So no,
No,
I
but the
would
one that's
never
in the
like.
italic.
I'm more.
Hey, I
like-
would never
yeah.
eat. Like I've tried
Right.
it just
You're not gonna put that a
because
little bit
I've
on
never
your-
had
your
tried
little
that
your
that
little
one
salad.
sauce. Like I'll never do it again. Not because it's too hot, because I don't like the
I mean,
flavor.
is it being used wrong? Is that supposed to be like a concentrate thing? We put like one drop in a sauce. Is that what it's?
No,
for?
no. This one's like I
Or
mean,
is it
yeah,
a sauce for wings?
It's a
like,
sauce
directly?
for wings, but you don't want to be like that dude that just like,
straight.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But then there is obviously like the ego side of it where,
But if the flavor sucks, why would you
well,
want that?
Yeah,
well,
that's what I'm
right.
trying to figure out.
I
Like,
went to
that,
Wendell's in Norton,
Shout out Wendell's. They're fucking bad. Probably the best wings around ever. They have ones called Double Dares. Now, I went in and I had their 3.5. They have like a scale.
Right.
I tried the 3.5s, which is like the norm of what everybody likes. It's fucking hot, but it's not that crazy hot.
It doesn't get you a free T-shirt.
Right. It doesn't get you a free T-shirt or, you know, a couple.
A picture on the wall.
Or Wings for Life or, yeah, a picture on the wall or whatever. But neither do Double Dares either. So I tried the next ones up from the 3.5s. I'm like, damn, these are fucking tasty too. I'm like, but, you know, it's a little more spice. And I like the spice. I don't mind it. But I like when there's the flavor to it. And I'm like, fuck it. Give me 6 of them fuckers. And she's like, you sure? I'm like, lady, yeah. Like, don't insult me. So she brings them over, and you know those old school wooden salad bowls? There was one on top of the other, and the wings were in it.
Dude, you're describing this, and I just got like a fucking hot
Hot.
flash on my face. Like I just smelled it.
Well, when I opened that, she's like, no, don't open it. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, shake it around. She knew I was trying to be a tough guy, like the ego thing. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
sure.
shaking around. I'm like,
Add a
okay.
little sauce on it.
So I fucking shit, and I feel it.
I opened this fucking thing up and I was like, what the fuck did I just get myself into?
It wasn't even drippy. It was dry, rubbed, like kind of wet, but like so slathered in this shit. It was dry on the outside.
That's the
like
thing with dry rub.
It's
It
soaked
doesn't.
in.
it's
Yeah,
soaked
it's
in.
not like
Oh,
Slurpee. You
God.
can just
So I'm
kind of
like-
wipe it off clean.
No, you
It
don't get it on your
stays.
lips.
Yeah,
That's the
you-
key. You go with your teeth, and I already know that. I'm not stupid.
No, but even still, like even when
So
they
I
come out-
bite in, and I get the whole wing. I get it off. A little bit of fucking blue cheese.
a little bit.
And it was so fucking hot. My ears, I couldn't hear anything. They were ringing. Just that
Did the lady
ringing.
stay there to watch you eat it?
Yeah, there was a bunch of us, bunch of buddies.
So
and
the lady that
whatnot.
made you shake the bowl, did she sit there and go, go ahead?
No, she's like, just shake it, get it all covered.
But did she want to see your reaction?
Oh yeah, she sat there and waited. So I'm sitting there and I'm like,
She does that every night to someone.
oh yeah. I'm eating them, and I got the first one down, and I'm like, damn. I'm like, wow, that's fucking hot. But it was like the flavor, the taste was good of the whatever pepper was there. I ate all of them, and everybody was like, what the fuck, you ate them all? I'm like, yeah, they're hot. Once you get that first fucking,
Yeah.
the initial ning, the rest of them, it don't get any hotter.
It's numb.
It's numb. So, but if the flavor's there, and that's the thing, when it gets so hot and you can still taste something.
But that's the thing with the show. You're increasing, so each time it's like the first time, because you're going up every time.
For me,
For that show, like that, every time it's the first time for you.
For me, it would, like, if I ate some Frank's Red Hot, right? Frank's hot sauce. And then, and I'm eating wings.
and you give me a habanero sauce, and I put it on the wings, it might get a little bit hotter throughout the pepper stage, but it
dude,
don't.
It's
It
that
don't change that
ghost and
pain.
all that you just, dude.
I just
think
like
it's
it.
Gonna matter.
I love
Yeah, like
it.
that-
But you know what? 100%, you could definitely take my place as far as that interview. And if everyone comes to it,
Yeah, because I
I'd
like
be glad to be on
I like-
that show because
I
I'll
do
eat every single
enjoy-
one of those things.
spice and taste and heat. But like the ghost pepper and shit like that, like why? The stuff
Well,
that makes
'cause
you
it's
go
there.
blind, it's like why? Yeah.
because it's there, because it's there.
But that's
To
gotta
be
ego.
honest, the
That's
ghost,
gotta be
I've
ego.
eaten a ghost pepper.
It's the Mount Everest. It's 'cause it's there. That's it.
They're really fruity at first.
Really.
Yeah, it's
You know what?
fucked.
The
And
question
then
I have
the
is-
scorpions are because the scorpion and the bootla, the chocolate bootla, whatever it's called,
Never even heard of that shit. But all right.
they're all kind of in the same family.
I believe you.
Those
I
are
believe you.
more like earthy, like dirt, like.
Jesus, man, you really know some.
Oh
like-
yeah.
If you eat those things,
Yeah, I didn't know you were a little pepper expert there over here.
if you
Nice.
eat those when you're alone and you're not videoing yourself, right? I'll buy it. But usually you're only eating that
No, I
shit in
don't.
front of a bunch of people.
I know.
Not
Well,
you, no, not you, no. I mean like
no,
people
yeah,
that are
right,
eating
right.
that
Because you
shit.
see it on YouTube. It's all
Oh
over
yeah,
YouTube.
but no,
yeah.
because he just just by telling like all the the different flavors like that, like you're just showing us now that you're like you know what you're
No,
talking
you have an
about.
appreciation for it.
Right.
I appreciate
You're
that.
I didn't
I'm
know.
ta-
That's
I'm-
something I didn't know. Is that you're a little
I grew
pepper.
some hot motherfuckers this
That's
year.
what's up. I feel
Little red dude. I couldn't even. I was like, damn. I don't know, because they were that too much earthy flavor. They weren't like that little fruity. Because some of them have that sweetness to them.
But they must have their use. Like that's for like a sauce, or like that's for something that you.
those things
A
that
base.
I grew.
Like you know what I mean? It's not. Maybe
Yeah.
It just wasn't applied to
Just
the right.
a few, maybe like slivers of
Yeah,
one.
but
Yeah.
that's all you need.
Sure.
You dry them in a jar, and that's like
Sure.
a
Yes,
herb that you
yes.
bust out.
And mix with some kind of brown sugar or
Yeah,
something.
exactly.
absolutely.
It's a
Yep.
base. It's
Yep.
not. It's
Absolutely.
It's not the. What the hell is going on?
I was trying to think of what we would look like without his beard. I was like,
I think my wife's got it on her Instagram. If you go look,
no way.
yeah.
Oh man, that sounds like a
But-
T-shirt.
But yeah, no, you always do it when because like we just went to this place for the first time, so I'm trying all the different kinds of wings, and I'm like, well, fuck, give me your hottest one, I'll try those too. Fuck it, you know what I mean? Yeah, everybody was like, don't do it, dude, they're fucking bad, and I'm like, you don't know me.
Yo, you don't know me. You don't know my
Me and my
situation.
brother, we went for my part of my bachelor party. We went to what's that fucking place in Newport on the left? As soon as you get onto Thames,
They got chairs.
It's a nice fucking.
yeah. Son of a bitch! It's right on the tip of my tongue.
The Viking.
No, it's before the Viking. It's right on the left. Like it goes Banana Republic, fucking. It's the place
Tier
they got
one.
like a big, I think they got a big truck or something hanging from the ceiling next to the salad bar or something.
I don't know it enough to like know.
Ruby
Sorry.
Tuesdays? No, I don't know.
No,
I'm just kidding.
It's trying to tip my tongue. But anyway, we went there. It's a nice restaurant, and they have these wings that you have to sign a waiver to purchase.
That could just end up being.
So it's me, my brother, my cousins, a couple of my buddies. I'm like, fuck it. I'm signing the fucking waiver. I don't give a fuck. Tonight's gonna be a good night. So we get them.
I don't know.
I ate two.
Like I started the night by signing away.
Not a good night.
That's what we were saying.
That's the moment you're gonna look back
Dude,
on and
I
go,
like-
"Fuck."
I ate two,
I like that beginning. I like that story beginning.
and they were hot. They were okay flavor. The wings weren't even that great, so it was like, eh. But
So that's
my
just-
brother ate the rest.
That's all for
On
sure.
another hand, and he's only a little guy. We get to the casino, we're hanging out, we're having a blast. Now we have reservations
put it
at
out below.
Fred and Steve's Steakhouse for a certain time, so we go up and eat, get ready to eat. We're in our own little fucking wine room, all of ourselves, big old table. I see my brother get up. He walks by me. He's like, I'll be right back. All right. Food starts coming. Where the fuck's PJ? All of a sudden, like 10 minutes, he walked. Like 10 minutes after, like I realized he was gone for a long time. He comes back in. He sits down and he's like, "What's the matter?"
This thing was in my pocket. It doesn't get warm quick. It was in my
No,
pocket.
my mouthpiece.
Oh. That thing actually tasted all right.
It tasted good. Tastes good. Tastes real good. It's like some cherry something. Berry.
But yeah, he was hurting that night. The rest of the night, he's like, my asshole hurts so bad right now.
Wow. I kind of skipped out for a second,
Yeah,
and I just
he was in some pain.
came back into the conversation about my asshole hurt. I missed what you were talking about.
What did you do to him? Just
He
kidding.
ate those wings.
I'm just
It was
kidding.
good.
I'm just kidding.
Oh.
I'm just.
I'm sorry. I was like, he was him. I was like, he was talking about. I was like, wow, my asshole hurts.
Man, fucking.
fucked up.
I noticed that chocolate gives me fucking
fucked up.
heartburn. Holy shit.
I had hot chocolate and a fucking couple
really?
chocolate chips.
I'm gonna taste that space
Fucking
bomb.
massive. Go ahead.
So
You have to sign a waiver. I'm not responsible for anything that you dab out of.
man.
I don't do that shit. It's not my game, bro. Sorry. We never gave that goddamn thing away.
Oh no. Give it away to me. I like things.
Take it. Leave here with it so you can do promotion with it or something.
Oh, what?
What?
Dude, I've got some serious ideas. Oh, so as far as my shit that I've been, because you guys talked about like, I got the Gene Traders coming out on February 17th, which is gonna be the first. We've always done Gene Traders, but it's usually more on about more of a private setting, about 250 to 300 people. But now we're gonna end up actually giving about more toward an expo size, because we feel that we want to just cut directly to just the cultivators, not towards business, not towards people wanting to get some free rollies or free dab bar and all that stuff like that. Just straight for the people that want to deal with cultivation, home growers to big size cultivation site. They all need different type of genetics, and you just never know what new thing as far as like dealing with cultivation might come out there. And we're not looking to like be a big party. We're looking to like really talk about the I believe that the more knowledge we both all put into like knowing cultivating about this plant, the better we all will be in the long run too. So that's a gathering as far as in that too. Just sharing our cultivation knowledge with others, and like, no, don't do that because of many reasons, in the sense of like, true, not just to say my way is better, because obviously it's not. That's impossible to say if like a whole bunch of great people fucking grow it and it shit still comes dope, but some are better than others. It ends up being on preference on sometimes too. But that's also on that. There's so many preferences on like not just the cultivator, but also on the consumer end too, as far as anybody that's actually smoking, because somebody might end up growing it better, or the other one might end up tasting better, like weight or
Flavor of the
that.
day.
It's it just
What's
ends
hot?
up,
Who's got the hot strain? Not necessarily. It's not
Papaya,
about
guava,
skill.
fucking.
Yeah, it's not skill. It's hype.
that's what I mean. I don't want to. I don't want to like focus on the names. I want to focus on the cultivator. To make sure that the cultivator has all these different types. It has to be able to play some around, but that cultivator is going to end up putting out good product regardless of the name. He's just going to end up like playing around like that. We just want to make sure that they have a great variety, and it's open, not like
Not even. It's not a great variety. It's a consistency.
Yeah.
that too. But
That's what you need.
we've seen, right? It doesn't matter the product, from soil to nutrients to lights to even smoking, like papers, raws, or fucking backwoods. The popularity of anything ruins the quality of it, because they try to keep up with demand that they have to.
Right. You gotta
It's automatic.
understand. You gotta understand your breaking point and
Oh,
know
yeah.
it
You have to know.
But then
and
that
appreciate
money
it too.
comes in, it's
Appreciate
like,
it. You gotta know what you can grow to.
right.
It's not always exponential and endless.
I think we could do it. No, I don't think we can. I think we could do it. It's
Know and be
you're
honest
gonna
with
be
yourself.
able to put out certain amount. Even if you have an abundance of it, you only drop a certain amount at a time. You know what I mean? That way,
Yeah.
especially if it's that hype shit. You know what I mean? Then next time you're dropping it, there's fucking people at the door. They want more, and it's gone in by 12 o'clock in the afternoon.
You get all the people that missed out.
yeah.
They're
Right.
the first ones at the door next time.
First
Well,
one.
sometimes you get
And you can do that for 3 or 4 cycles.
you get like
Hype
the
in
first
something,
50
you know?
people are
Oh yeah. Buy it in bulk to
every
be the other
time.
ones
They
that
don't
are
give a
next to
fuck.
it.
They just
I
want it because
watched
it's a
it.
new batch.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so crazy. It's I can't
Top dollar.
I can't believe it. It's but the miseducation of the public and just
You know what I
buying
found
into
out
the
too,
game and the fad like that. Yo, like I've seen people buy hoodies and shirts
This is
because
what-
it just says the
this
name
is-
cookies on it. Like,
This
yo,
is what I know.
really?
Out west is crazy, but this is
No,
what I-
even out east, like buying just some.
I'll just tell you a little story though. As I was out west, I was observing. You were saying how the black market's still alive and well.
100%.
I agree with you, and it's amazing how much of the black market is fed from the rec market out in Cali.
Yeah, I imagine.
Because it's all about convenience. It's not even about
Well,
the price
see, they can't
anymore.
pass a fucking.
No, I'm
inspection
talking
either.
about guys going in, buying bulk at retarded prices, and they're still going to the street and getting more. Why? Because of the convenience. Yo, my boy's got it. Let me go get it. I'll pay $75, even though he paid $54. Like,
Yep.
it's so even though the black market's booming and all that shit, like you were saying, you'd be surprised how much of the black market is still being fed off of the rec market. It's crazy. It doesn't seem like it would add up that way, but
Yeah, I'm sure
it's all
yeah.
about convenience to the consumer.
Yep. And
What
a
do you
lot
think
of
Uber
them-
is?
a lot
You know,
of-
it's just
That's true.
convenience.
Yeah.
And
Uber
people pay-
Eats.
People pay for it.
There's plenty of Uber
Okay, Uber Eats.
delivery dudes.
Because
Convenience.
at the end of the day, all of us can grow our own fucking weed, and not
Yeah.
have to pay people. But it's convenience. It's now. I want it.
convenience,
I got
that's
it. I need it.
Yeah.
Yo, I got a 50. Yo, let's go get a blunt. Boom, boom, boom. Like
Yeah.
convenience, convenience, convenience. That's what's gonna keep.
Especially you
That
just
shit
said
rolling.
before, you saw the kids that we're dealing with nowadays. They just walked into this shit.
Dude.
So it's like
Oh yeah.
that
No, well,
convenience.
you'll see, they're walking into more of this.
Well, look, that's convenience right there. That's you know.
But it's so
But that's crazy.
hollow.
You watch. I
It's
watch
so
a
hollow,
kid
though.
walk in there
It's convenient though. It is convenient.
and
It's convenient.
drop like hundreds of
Yeah.
dollars, and I'm like, you didn't even buy any weed, dude. He just walks out of there with like 15 of those things. I'm like,
Like
Yeah.
crazy, yo. And I'm probably gonna say about like 2 or 3 of them are gonna fuck up. It's just
Yep.
the nature of them.
That's what sucks about it.
That's what sucks about them. Some are really they've actually come a long way. You can always tell which ones are the cheap ones because they usually have like the plastic mouthpieces. No, but I actually ran into one that actually had a real it wasn't like it was a thicker plastic mouthpiece, but it was still like, but it was like I was like, oh shit, I really like this.
The C cells have one.
So it doesn't have to be like the metal, because
They're
you
pretty
still
good.
end up being like, then what? You can't like do anything with this shit afterwards once it's done. I feel like I just keep collecting them and like the metals and like do something with that. What is that right there?
are you asking me what
That's
What
it.
is that?
material is?
Yeah,
It's probably
like
stainless.
stainless steel.
Chrome plated stainless.
That's got to be worth something eventually, right?
Oh, I mean, not in bulk.
I'm just saying, like,
You're
it's
gonna bring
gotta
him.
be.
You're gonna bring him to a scrap metal yard.
No, but let's say
10,000 carts.
what I'm saying is like to
They're
have
not
like a little
eco-friendly at all.
equal. That's well, you have a recycling. That's what I'm saying. You have a recycling problem. It's got to be worth like, hey, I have boxes all over the place. Little side business. Once the whole industry, the cannabis industry like that, I'm gonna have little boxes everywhere. You can put your thing in.
Is there a business in
cannabis
recycling those?
garbage.
No,
Cannabis garbage.
No one's come up with anything yet.
no.
Breaking it up.
I just the wheels were spinning.
The
Trust.
breaking it up, and then that's the
'Cause
metal.
That's
blah
an
blah.
easy business.
It's easy business, but it's got to
if
be
you've devised a plan on
right.
How to do
It's got to be. That's once
Well, you
like the
gotta know.
market is like
Either
massive.
reuse it,
like the
recycle
whole-
it to reuse it, autoclave style or something, or
Yeah.
you know, selling back to the fucking company who needs to, you know, maybe they need the glass piece or
Figure
just
out a
all the
cleaning
tips,
method
or-
for
Right.
the tips.
No,
all they
the only
need-
way
all they
is-
need to do is put a new coil and cotton.
Yeah,
or
but
whatever.
to break it down, you gotta just
'Cause
it's
it's
gonna
not-
be manual. I already thought about it. Somebody's gotta find the right tool and just take it apart.
You almost
move
took
it
it
like
apart
that.
right there.
Yeah, take it apart, blah blah. Because even still, that's just glass. You could just break it and just like.
Well, the only other option would be the reusable ones, which is.
they end up going bad too.
Well,
They're just that.
I
they're-
filled up a big one.
The technology.
You know the
better,
ones
but
that
you
kids
still
are
have,
using?
Like, it used to be real bad. It used to be like.
No,
you know.
you know the big ones that kids are using to vape. Where
Yeah,
they blow those
the
big
lightsabers.
I obviously I used one of those to quit smoking.
Yeah.
cigarettes. I said, well, fuck, I got a fucking brand new tank that I've never used. And I still had my mod and the batteries, so I charged up the batteries. I grabbed the fucking tank, mixed up some rosin, did my little thing, filled it up, then fill it. But I put enough in to keep it the coil wet and the shit wet. Bro, take a rip of that. You're down. Done. It makes that thing look like a little toothpick.
Nice.
Like,
I'm still the
it's
whole
like-
card game is just
oh shit! You can't even hold
Even
it all
the-
in. You're like, whoa! I didn't mean to do that. Because
I'm not-
you think of like the vape, those things. You're like, even that
Yeah.
little. You're like, oh, that was a bad idea.
I want one of those Puffcos.
Yeah, those things are fucking. They were nice, but
But what? You
the,
really
the
not digging
inside, you gotta get a new fucking atomizer all the fucking time.
Doesn't it have that
It
fucking wick?
Fine, the whole like
It's like a
function like that, but
cloth.
it doesn't matter. Like if it's working, that's what I'm saying to you. Like once like
ceramic now or quartz. Some are still coils like titanium.
Because I had a
coils.
Puffco and it was fucking. It had like a cloth wick in there.
Yeah, those are probably the old.
no with the bucket, they end
It
up
was
like
old.
actually like heating up like the rig one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
If it's working, you telling me it's not dope,
They work for a little bit, yeah. They're all right.
and then they burn out.
They fucking fuck up and the
Man.
battery goes junk and you get it and then you send it in and now you're back and forth with
I
them.
just want something
Trust.
mobile. What's so difficult? I'd want to try
The
to set
best thing I
myself and my
saw
car
was the
on
other
fire.
day because I told that kid that I filled up one of them tanks. I'm like, I'm like, you smoke? He's like, yeah. I said, I can fill that fucking your vape tank up like a new one and nothing that you've put oil through already. Like not oil, but vape juice through. I said, get me a virgin one and I'll fill it, to whatever, however many mils you want. You just gotta pay for the fucking shit that goes in it. And he's like, oh no shit. He's like, that's a good idea. He's like, it's kind of like this thing that I got, and he showed me, and it's literally a dab rig that screws on you. It's not even a rig; it's still a little dab piece that screws on you, mod, that you can put your hash or your oil in, and it's it's pretty big, so you can fill it pretty good, and then you just put the fucking clear tube, the top on it, and fucking. Same thing I was doing, only it's like meant for that. I was like, motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, none of those is gonna be.
Well, they're reusable. That's the thing.
That's like business and like views like that. But anyway, that's not. You're not gonna find any of that shit in gene traders at all. Like you're gonna end up dealing with real just straight cultivation, not dealing with like all of like that. But also too.
Well, it's like the South Park episode. fucking integrity.
Integrity Farms.
Integrity Farm.
None of them pussy sticks around here. I was like, wow, wow, yeah, integrity.
That's the thing is I would love to go up to like one of them fucking stupid fucking cart dealers or whatever that make those fucking poop water ones and just show them the cart, the one that I make on the mod. Just be like, yeah, take a whack of this thing.
Mm-hmm.
They'd look, I did it, and I can smoke.
It's just on. That's the thing though. Like
I was gonna.
the cartridges
out of my head.
are
I
so
was so
you know.
high because I wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting that.
A full dab.
Like
Yeah.
it was more than that. It was like a lot that went into me, like a real lot.
Like they're not built
That
for
little
like.
thing is it's like I hit one of them things and I'm like, because I can take it. I smoke fucking backwards. I can take a lot of fucking shit.
I think it's only meant for on the go. That's it. When
Oh
you're
yeah,
down
when
like
you're
that,
in the car,
it's
and,
not really,
kids
you
are
know.
around or whatever.
Oh, man,
and you
I
can
was
just be
like-
like,
Yeah.
Not many
You know
people
what I
like, damn, I can't wait. I've never heard anybody ever say, I can't wait to get home to hit that vape pen.
Yeah,
at
yeah,
the
yeah,
end of the
yeah.
Yo, we're
night."
gonna have a vape sesh.
Oh
Passing
man,
pens
pass that
around.
pen. Yo, you got that pen? Bring that pen around. Pen.
I gotta go get some to eat, boys. I'm starving. and then I gotta go to bed.
All right, everybody.
All right, it's been another session.
The Joint
Fellas.
Committee sessions.
Soon you're gonna see our faces while we talk too.
Yes.
It's gonna be.
You can do it already with that.
We're
You
going
have a
to. We're
can
going to
right
end up
there.
actually like we all have our own. We're
Well,
like
you
a
can have
little
one there.
like
You can have one
family
there.
square type shit. Like, you know, and like yo,
Who wants to send us some GoPros? Anybody?
have some life shit going.
Hey,
too, if you
GoPro,
want.
hook us up.
GoPro, hook us up. The number one.
We will
Podcast
definitely.
on the-
No,
definitely put
no,
those
it's mad. Now they
bitches
have
to
these little like
use.
they're like real, and just end up setting them up
I'd
anyway.
rather
It's
go
really
with
should be like
GoPro
that.
over than like a bunch of like Canons or something sitting there. You know what I mean, on tripods.
No, not the
I
big
got the
ones.
GoPro
I'm
7.
talking about they end up looking like GoPro types and shit like that. Once you end up meeting like a certain, 1080 like that, everything else like that is
I
way
think some of them
like,
do 4K now.
yeah,
that
that's the
takes
thing.
up
No,
a lot
after
of
that, there's
space.
nothing else. So everything after like 1080, you want 4K when you want 1080 slow mo, but we're not doing slow mo.
Yeah.
So 1080 is just fine. We
Yeah,
don't
we're not
need 4K.
skiing down a
Right,
cliff.
and we
We're
don't
just
need all
sitting
these
here.
graphics. It's just us talking. So
We could use
for
a
our
VHS
purposes,
recorder.
We could be
we're
fucking.
good.
Honestly,
So-
we could be fucking 720 or whatever, because it still looks good. I put it on my phone sometimes on YouTube when the fucking shit's fucking up. If it's stormy out and my internet's being weird, I'll put it. I'll be jumping down. It's not so much to run. So I'll put it on 720 and it still looks fucking good. Fuck it. Alright, boys. Peace
like-
out, fellas.
Peace out.
So I feel like we should have like a.
Have a good night, everybody.
Same.
If it's nighttime, morning time.
On air smoke.
On air smoke.
I got serious heartburn.
Holy shit. It's the same.
Alright. Fuck. Hurts bad.
End of session. The Joint Committee thanks you for listening.